Welcome to Kranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise, and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversations for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Kranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always win. Come on, let's get into it. Bless up, everyone. Bless up. Why do you think I juggle so? The green thing, Bless up, everybody. I'm going to take out the hat here. Give me a chance, people. Give me a chance. I glisten too much. That's better. Still a bristle. Good evening. You can hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. We have enough to talk about. Let me know if you can hear me. 2 minutes. No, we never leave. I was here. Let me know if you can hear me first. Can you hear me? I have what green? Yeah, me have green. Yeah, me have on green. That's a problem. So we have to change it, Okay, that closed up the thing. Bless up Icarus. You know what? I may have to change my top people because let me check my top people. Now give me a second. Not a good start. Let me check my top. This is not a good thing. I thought this would do it, because I Reggae Boyz jersey. Yeah, green screen me up, so I mess up. Give me 2 seconds, people. Give me 2 seconds. Boy, this is not good. What a bad start to our show. Right. It can only get better. What a bad start to our show. It can only get better. And I thought I had something in my closet here, and I didn't. And then I can't put on my thing. All right. I think we're good to go. What a start. We have enough to talk about and enough to talk about. Before we go into we don't want to talk about one topic, but me have to do my thing first before we get into that topic, actually. But it's been an interesting day. It's an interesting day. Yes, speed. Exercise some patience, man. You have things to talk about first. No, actually, it's painted green. My screen behind me, I paint the wall green. You can't see it, but it's painted green. And it's a special green, too. Cost me like $150 for the paint. It's never cheap. So I apologize. For the dead space. But I didn't realize that I didn't come on and check first. I normally check first, But I was running around. As a journalist, right? As a journalist, a real journalist, I have to be making calls to people so I can come to this thing prepared. I have to be making calls. And you know what? I didn't put the not some joke in a star. Just because I'm gonna put on the request for hit the like button when I come in. Right. Today has not been a good day, people. I have been so busy running around that I haven't a chance to do much, right? And that's part of the problem I'm encountering now. Whereby I didn't set up the stream the right way. See, yeah? Me a chance. Let me put on the thing before so me can find it and put it on. So me can get my likes then when I come in. Sorry people, me have to put it on because I have to stay now. No force me. But no, I have a lot to talk about because we are in an environment where we have a president of the United States who's under pressure. And when some people are under pressure, them can't take the pressure. Them resort to all sort of things to relieve that pressure. And the pressure now get relieved. So now them want to talk about arrest Obama. Lord have mercy. I've never thought I'd see the US come to this. But hey, it does tell you something. So I'll put up the like thing. So before I start anyway, let me show some respect for the people in my chat. Because it's going to be an interesting show. One Love, who came early as usual. Bless up One Love. Drew Ross, who's also here. I'm going to say here, no H. Was also here early. Steve McClaren, that came coach. Why don't we tell yourself? People have time to even go change your profile and do them thing there. Uptown, Owen, Lee Young, Eco Reeks, Tycoon. Tycoon said, watch your speed. Rudy Francis. Rudy, I jump on the speed thing already. Odell. I was told today that until you put speed in your chain, automatically you get likes, And one person said me, say, about $50 to $60, $50 to $100 you make per stream. Let me just say this. Unless why name they give me $20? Why name? I can't remember my name. This is Colin Quest. Me now get more than $10 for stream. So me not know about the $50 to $100. Doesn't relate to me. Odell said me I promote JLP. No, Odell. Because I don't believe in that nonsense. I don't promote anybody. I don't believe in colors. I saw one of my schoolmates on Facebook. I didn't know he was in politics. A long time, me not link up with him. I used to link up with him on Facebook, and him look like him start talk to me because he must think so. Me burn him out. Me not really burn him out. Me burn out the organization he's part of. I won't say who it is, but see the man, a big PNP person. So right, people hit the like button. Big PNP, the man I get some speech. I don't say the man can get the kind of speech there. Show you how out of touch I am. It's a $10. Yeah, if a $10 enough, people think I make enough money off of YouTube when you get like 2,000-3,000 views, and I'm in a portion of money. And by the way, anybody who thinks that is a lot of money, go watch JD's program where JD do the Nigerian stream them, and he might get 100,000 and $200,000 views, 200,000 views. That's a real stream. We might get 1,000 and 2,000. You might get 100,000 in Nigeria. Maybe if you start do some Nigeria thing, get to know them players, because this little thing has some little Pandakana thing, and I really work really well. But let me touch upon this. We're not doing the politics, man. We're not doing the politics. We're not doing the politics. Or politics, as them call it. We're not into that. But no, I do the Trump thing because one of my favorite topics. YouTube actually, I did a show on Epstein on YouTube. Actually restrict me now. Said what cater to advertisement or some nonsense because you have to talk about some explicit stuff. So that's YouTube's problem, though. I hear you, Owen. They have 200 and something million people. Enough people them have. But let me just say this, and they're passionate. You're right, a lot of them. When you're doing 100,000, 200,000 views, 100,000 for a woman game, it's a passion there. But we only have 3 million people, so yeah. You have a new gun by Arsenal. We're going to get to that press, so we're going to get right into that right now. So let's talk some EPL transfers, people, because it's important. We're going to talk EPL transfers. We're going to touch upon Jamaican sprinters because I'm a track fan, and I look like I get, hey, people, it's about me I start the channel. I never stop to the football now, people. Let me just give you an example. When I do a normal show on Kranky Live and do football, Jamaica football, I get about 3 or 4 subscribers. Once in a while, if I want to game me play, I get about 10 per show, I just did a show on the track on Seville on my Balance View channel, and I got like 50-something subscribers for that 1 7-minute show. And I keep telling people it's about return on your investment, If me not see the return, me have to invest someplace else and put my money on go someplace else. So I'm just saying, if me start see them thing them more, that's what me will do. Me I follow the money. What is the story go? Man, I eat a food, so I can't eat here. You're not the one give me likes. Much less. Man, I eat a food. I eat a food. I eat a food off of YouTube. If I YouTube alone, me starve rotted. But let's do some EPL. Then we'll do some track. Because I love track. And then, but before I jump into that, if you live in New York region, let me just say this. This is important for me. This is my soccer team. It's Unisoc Soccer Club. I was wearing the hat earlier, but the green was coming across. They're having their 50th anniversary. Now, there's not many local amateur team made up mainly of Yardies, Jamaicans, who can say they've been in the US for 50 years, much less you have a team for 50 years. This team was formed in the 70s, and it's been here. Danny Green, who is the president for the club, has been the president for about 30 years, maybe longer. I lie, over 30 years. I've been the president for about 30-something years, maybe 40 years. But he started young. And he also, every year, he and his family go back to Jamaica and give back down to people at matches and everything there. Do a lot of charitable stuff. He's retired now, but he's the president. We have an executive body. We have an annual fundraising event. Every year, October 11th, around there, we have this event. The venue keeps moving, but it's on October 11th, Nazareth High School in Brooklyn. And I think the fee is the donation is $75. I don't think it's here. $75 in the right after 2025. It's $75. So if you're in Brooklyn, I'm the MC for the event, people. I MC. Well, I tell you guys already. I've emceed it now for the last 6 or 7 years, I think. I'm coming from England, 2011. Probably the last 7, 8 years I emceed it. 1 year, then fire me, people. Then fire me 1 year. I'm still vexed. You can't tell me I'm still vexed, don't you? Because I talk about it periodically. So me did the MCing forever. And then me go England and me come back. And I give him back the job. And then them said them need to see something new. Because even though them things that me do a decent job, they want to try somebody new. And they want me to introduce a person. So me get vexed. And nobody want to get fired. So I fire me. But the person who did it, I assume they didn't deliver because they come back to me next year. I want me to do it. And reluctantly, I said yes, because I checked for the club, played for the club for years, I'm part of the executive body. But me can I vex and then fire me. Temporary fire. So the stone we build, I refuse. I come to head cornerstone and bring me back in. But anyway, me vex. Me still vex. Can't say me still have vex around to me carry feelings. But if you're in New York and you want to come to a nice event, a grown-up event, grown-up people, and people, it's all good too, because we always have politicians. We may have a judge come speak, we may have a lawyer come speak, we have some speakers. We always have politicians come there. So the ambassador of Jamaica, he always come almost every year. What was his name? I forgot his name now, but he was a Yardi, KC, old boy. His name will come back to me. And then we have the council people in the area. They come and speak at the event because I grown up people thing. So if you're in New York, you want to go to a grown up event, good music, good people, excellent food, cooked by old Casey, old boy, by the way, who's good at what he does. Then, no, the food come in that price, man, everything in that price, except liquor, by the way. You have to sell the liquor. You can't get soda, but you have to pay for hard liquor. So $75 is a donation you're making about good people, good music, good food, great MC, if I may say so. And then some politician talk about things that are going, right? So come out if you're there. All right. So that's for my Unisoc soccer team. And it's always fun, actually. We have a great time. BM said, Kranky, all of us have been through it. It doesn't matter how good you are. There's always politics. Yes. Politics everywhere. So let's go to EPL and we're going to go some track and field. And then we're going to do the Rudolph thing. Hey, we have nothing to say about the Rudolph thing. Enough. Rudolph, I hope you're not watching the camera. See you watch me sometime. I hope you're not watching Rudolph because me just gonna go. I have no idea what direction I'm going in. I'm just gonna go impromptu, but what comes to my mind, I'm gonna say it. Right? I'm gonna tell you what I did today to get some more intelligence and information. Because I've been getting calls today now about this, so I decided to do a show as part of it. In terms of EPL transfer, it's been an interesting window. Arsenal finally, after penny pinching about 2 million, 0.5 million and add on, we've got Eucharist. Finally. So Liverpool has spent 250 million plus, almost 300 million. Arsenal has spent 192 plus add-ons. My people can't spend money, man. How much did we spend? I spent 250. I have 192 plus add-on. I have to go back and check the number. No, I think it's 240 something plus add-ons. Chelsea spent 227, but Chelsea. No, by the way, Liverpool got money back. I think they got 30 something for Kwanzaa. I'm sending them goalkeepers. They only get about $60. If I think net spend is less than Arsenal, because Arsenal will send people. When we sell people, we don't get that nothing. We sell people like the Fulham goalkeeper for less than £50 million. We don't know if we sell. Selling is not in our DNA. We know how to buy, we don't know how to sell. And Arteta know how to spend the Kranky's money. Man City spent 112. Man U spent what? 135 between Cunha and Mbeumo. They got a Leon for 7 million. And Newcastle spent about 55. Newcastle struggling to bring people across the line. So I would think the top 4 teams this season should be the people who spend the most money, which is really interesting. Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City. I think that's the top 4. They spend the most money. And money talks. Money talks. Now, Liverpool has been very smart people. I think what Liverpool has done is this. Go check. Liverpool didn't spend any money when Slot came in. I didn't trust Slot with their money. Them say, come show us first. Even though you do well, Alan, come show us first. He showed them spend. Remember, they spent no money last year, no? They spent no money last year. The year before, they didn't spend that much money. This year, they went all out. So they had money saved for 2 years. And on the PSR rules, in 2025-26, you can afford to lose, 90 million over a 3-year period? Or 70 million, 70 or 90? 70 million over a 3-year period. So you can go in at the ready now and still do good. Gokares is a done deal. Jargons, done deal. They iron out the $10 million in add-ons. So it's a done deal, people. Gokares is here. He should be going. He only wanted Arsenal. So all of you people out there who like to beat Arsenal and Arsenal. By the way, let me know if something. Is my screen going black? Because my iPad went black. Somebody told my screen keeps going black. Because I am on, do you have to refresh? I may have to stop using Chrome because Chrome is messing up. Did your screen go black? Let me know. Because I may have to stop using Chrome because Chrome is messing up. They made some changes to update to Chrome and StreamYard is messing with StreamYard. It didn't go black. Mine went black and people tell me it's been going black. So let me know. Okay. No, Gokares is it should be going out to Singapore because we're playing Newcastle tomorrow, 7:30. It's on Paramount, by the way, or on CBS Sports Network, not the regular CBS. And Eze or Simmons are now the intended target. So Drew Ross, your team has done well on Drew Ross. You bought two offensive players. You have Mbeumo and you have Cunha, who here is a problem child. So, but I hope he doesn't take him. But no, it's Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. Chelsea, look, in life, people, if you hear the word venture capital, they're not perfect, but these are people who manage money and namely invest the money privately, not necessarily publicly, right? If you see most of the big companies you may see that's out there, including companies like ChatGPT, Perplexity, I'm naming AI companies now. Venture capital money is what start them out. People that have money, pension fund money and all that, small amount, private investors, they pull their money together, they buy these companies from start. Some fail, some are successful. But when they're successful, they're extremely successful. That's who owns Chelsea. Even though Todd Bowley is the front, he's not the main person behind it. And they have a business model. They buy young, they give them long contracts, and they sell them on for profit. Because in Europe, contracts a lot of times don't really matter. But if I have a long-dated contract, I have more control about how much I send you for. Right? You see, Goker says he's not going back to work. You can't do it in the NBA and in the NFL. People do that, and they get a lot of fines, and it's always a problem. Right? They hold out. It's always a problem. Contracts work in the US. They don't really work in Europe that well. It's more favorable to the individual than to the company. So you can see America is not necessarily one of the more socialized environment, a socialist environment, I should say. Because you can't hold out, you can't do all that stuff because you have to honor your contract. And if you hold out, you're at the mercy of the organization. A lot of times, you don't see players moving in the US, in the NFL or NBA when they hold out. In fact, NBA players don't really hold out. NFL do because they have a short career, so they'll take more risk in holding out. But in Europe, players force moves all the time. And Gokares did that with Sporting. They're probably going to sell him anyway because that's their business model, just like a lot of German teams. But saying you're not going to work is not acceptable for a lot of people. Not acceptable. Owen Blake and Leeds. Leeds is back in the EPL. Yeah, they're back. And they're trying to buy some old people. And Leeds has made a lot of signing, but everybody buys over 6 foot. Now, there are some teams who have done it, like Arsenal. Look at Arsenal's team. Apart from Lewis Kelly, most of the defensive line is over 6 foot. Maybe Timber's a little bit under, but 2 centre-halves are giant. Ben White is over 6 foot. Cavalier is over 6 foot. So some people like to have, and Man City started that trend because all their defense was over 6 foot, apart from the ones that come to the academy. Bless up, Mr. Elm. Bless up, Kieran. So, yeah, it's interesting. But Chelsea, I mean, they've bought, about 8 players? Yeah, Pedro, Estevao, Dilap, Isigu, Sarr, Paez, Gittins, Penders. They bought a lot of people. We have bought about 6 or 7, but ours are more prominent buys. They're spending less than, I think the highest they paid so far is 55 for your Pedro. I think Gittins about 48, and Estevao is about 49. So they try to stay under the 50 million mark. Then they sell their players for more than that. I mean, we bought Madueke from them. They paid 29. We paid what? 48 plus add-ons. Yeah, you guys are going back to the 1940s, Cataract. I don't think that's a good thing. Football has moved on. So I'm not going to stay long on EPL because we go to the main subject, people. But I think if you look forward in terms of what teams are looking at, Liverpool is probably going to lose Diaz because he wants to go. And when players want to go, he just want to go play someplace else. Like Mane went to Bayern. He wants to go to Barcelona, but that's not happening because they have Rashford now and they can't register people, much less. So he may end up at Bayern. They have to come up with more money. And they're looking at Rodrygo, who we looked at. But I'm not a big Rodrygo fan. I mean, when we played him, he was not even on the field, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not the biggest Rodrygo fan. His numbers were okay. I don't know what all the excitement's about. He's a good player, but he's not a great player. Diaz may go to Saudi. That's possible too. But we see what happened to Duran, right? Duran went to Saudi for 5 months. Now he's in Turkey. Some people say he's a Turkey. Ekitike was expensive, probably too expensive. He failed at, I shouldn't say failed. He didn't do well at PSG. They got rid of him, went to Germany. Second half, we see when Mamouche left. He did phenomenally well. And he got a big move. Eze is who I want. Of all the players we're talking about, I want Eberici Eze. We need people. That's what Jamaica also need. You know, midfielder who can carry the ball. Carry the ball, put people on skates, create opportunities, create mismatches. You need that in your team. We don't have that a lot in the EPL. Nor do we, because Odegaard doesn't do that. He's more of a passer than taking people on. And also, Eze scores goals. 14 and 11 last season in our competition. 25 goal contributions in 40-something games. Right? So I think it's important for us to get that. And Man U, enough said. Newcastle struggling to buy people. They want Ekitike, didn't get him. They wanted the kid from Crystal Palace in last window. They didn't get him. They want Elanga. They didn't get him. Nobody want to live in Newcastle. People don't realize that where you live is important enough, people. People don't live in London. I don't know why they want to live in Manchester. People, you have to go visit some of these places. Manchester, Edinburgh, Liverpool, Newcastle. I'm not even in place there. I like enjoy my life. Like, you know, if you're from those areas, I'm not apologizing. I live there. Sorry. Like have fun. Man City is good. Man City did it buying early. Man City don't play around when they're buying people. People think Man City is that problem. No. They spend some money. They spend over 100 million. Maybe they bought in January, They spent over 100 million in January when they bought Mamouche for 60, 70 million pounds. They spent over 200 million in the last year. No, they don't need to spend any more money. I wouldn't call it a dump. Let's just say it's not my favorite place. No, I'm not saying win the title. It's going to be people. Liverpool won the title and they won the transfer war. They should win easily next year. They won the title on a canter last year, right? They won the title like Legal Light. Do people know what Legal Light is? Don't worry about it. They won the title on a canter. It wasn't Harlequin, it was Legal Light. On a canter, and then they had the best transfer window. They bought player for almost 100 million, one over 100 million. They got Frimpong. They bought Kirkes. They're stacked. I don't know anybody expect. I mean, they lost Jada, unfortunately. Condolences to Jada and his family. But I don't know anybody expect Liverpool not to win the title. I think Arsenal will compete. We'll compete. Worried about Villa not being able to offload Bailey and don't play him by September. Don't worry. We have backup. We have backup. We have backup. We have every team I look for backup. We have backup for every team now. We have Tyrese. We have Greer. We'll have the prodigal son. Not call him name. Fingers crossed. And some people say them have Cephas. Me trade Cephas. So me can't say me have Cephas. Me trade Cephas. Please hit the like button when you come in, people. 40-something of you haven't hit the like button. So let me skip from football. Football. What we don't know? Football. Richard Green said no legal light. I'm sorry, Richard Green, an old man like me. If you know a legal light, I'll liquid that means you're up day and age. Demar said I don't want Cephas for them team. Yeah, I kind of trade Cephas. It was anything and 10 and Cephas, but boy, my players them have to use them them knockings, and I don't know them I use. Make too much bad decision. Yes, DJ Gigs, that you're probably right on that one. So we'll talk some track and field people. I'm a big track and field fan, obviously, because I went to the college and we dominate we used to dominate champs, and Calabar got good, then we got better more recently. And I saw what's his name jumping the other day. Isn't it funny? Before I get into the sprinting, people, I saw Pinnock jumping and winning. Man, just start with the Greek when him change nationality. When is that change supposed to materialize? And are they going to the World Championship? Or they didn't participate, so they're not gonna go. They're gonna play for Turkey. Imagine people seeing Pinnock stand up there in a Turkish outfit. Imagine his tone up there in a Campbell up there in a Turkish. People, have you guys thought about that? All these field event athletes who may win something up there in Turkish thing and no Jamaica anthem I play. Kranky love hype up KC. All right, so him start. You know people, you make sleeping dog liner. Cause me have the platform in a BM. Make sleeping dog like people. There's no need to hype up the best high school in the world. There's no need to hype that up. Okay? It's a hype in itself. It's inherent in the school and its name. I did go to Rusty's also, so I don't want to get them beaten from Rusty's, and I do donate to Rusty's. So I don't want nobody beat me. I would donate more to Rusty than I do to Casey. Because Casey don't need it. but no, I mean a big school BM, a big school. You have to beat up this BM. You hear my new song. So we gave excellence, get all the vibes. You in BM. It's about excellence, Casey don't need no hype. We're not hype, Casey. Casey, the best high school in the world. Why you want to hype the best high school in the world? It's like trying to hype up Liverpool or Real Madrid or Barcelona. It's Casey to high school, all thing I know about JC is that I'll get myself in trouble, is that they have a new track by other than Rightful Means. I'm gonna leave it at that. They have a new track at them school, and the person who built the track, don't stop me up. Let me keep going with athletics. So anyway, I want to talk track and field. As many of you know, we bless up Cordini. People, maybe the people come in now. They come in the chat, man, so we can talk about the third item for the thing, because we have enough to say. Before you come in, people, hit the like button. Don't be stingy. No, we weren't talking about big in terms of size. We're talking about quality. Quality float, quality. Let's not debate who's the best high school in Jamaica. Okay, let's just say the most known high school. Okay, some of the guys are the biggest and the best in our own mind. Just say the most known high school in Jamaica. Not debatable. St. Jacob's is a good high school. But don't put Cedric on number one or anything, except for maybe school challenge or maybe something like that. Don't put them number one. Number one. Just tell me one sport where Casey no play. Tell me what Casey do academically. Casey old boy and what them do. We're not gonna people. Let's move on to the track and field because we're gonna go down a rabbit hole. And there's undoubtedly the most known high school in the world is Casey. God. And people, the Calabar people. Casey isn't that in a competition? You know, like I used to say, C fast and any 10 is KC and any 9. You talk about top 10, not Jamaica. It's not even a debate, people. There is history, there is legacy, there is accomplishment, there is excellence. Okay, let's not debate something which everybody knows. All right, so let's go to sprinting, athletics. Everybody feels in school good. Everybody feels Colin Quest. Monroe is a nice school. Man's a nice school. C-Bar is an okay school. I rate Monroe academically. I think C-Bar is a good track school. That's all I know C-Bar for. And we're not going to talk about KC because we're not in an competition with nobody. We are in a class bars. You know them talk about like basketball, NBA, and they say Michael Jordan, and they talk about compared to Michael Jordan. There's no comparison. There's Michael Jordan, who's by himself someplace, and then we have the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Will Chamberlain and LeBron James and Magic Johnson and Kobe. We try to rank them. There is no ranking KC with nobody. They're not class by themselves. But anyway, let me keep going. Track and field. So, at one point we were all very upset and disturbed and thinking about, boy, Usain Bolt retire. Blake, if you retire. Blake, sorry, you love the sport. Retire your one, Blake. You deserve retire your one, but you run on the track nowadays. But Blake has been a really great runner. Not a good runner, a great runner. Except he came up in Usain Bolt's time, which you don't want to follow. It's like trying to follow Michael Jordan. It's not a good follow. Not a good follow, actually. But he did a wonderful job. So, Blake, kudos to you, my youth. Even Asafa. When Asafa was running, Asafa, Blake, Bolt, even Weir and them, because Weir come for third Olympics. I was at Olympics in London when Weir come third. Best time ever in my life. Best event I went to. Most time we get celebrity status. People want to come take picture with me and shake my hand. Because, I pick out my Jamaican gear. I tap my part one enough. And know, so I really had it. But anyway, so fun time. So totally enjoy that period of time. But they moved on. They retired like everybody else. And we had that gap period, right? The ladies took over. The Shelly and then Leon and Sharika and all of them. And the man them just dip on the side. I know the man them come back. One of them is a C-Bar man. Actually went to champs when he won his first class 100. And so Seville and Kishane, I do them thing. And even Blake, get him kudos him supposed to do. But I think he won the Diamonds League last year for the 100, didn't he? Right? So even Blake, who came fourth in the last 100 in London, is doing well. But I'm very pleased, And so I'm so pleased. May I run this? Get myself in that trouble. Let me run it back, people. So this is Kishane in Jamaica winning the men's 100 in a time of 9.75. I'm going to show you some people. I'm going to run this for a little bit. Let me show you something. What the most interesting thing about that picture, yeah? Let me just tap it now. What's the most interesting thing about that picture there? Tell me. What's the most interesting about that picture? Tell me what you saw in that picture. You want to run it back again? Tell me what you see in that picture. I saw something really interesting in the picture. By the way, we said the race took about 30 minutes to start, because Seville was having some challenges. But the most interesting thing I saw at the end of that race, people, tell me what you guys saw. Let me see if I'm not very observant, like I am. Or I think I am. No. That wasn't the most interesting thing. At least from my standpoint that I saw at the end of the race. I thought something was very, very interesting. At the end of the race, when the race was ended, they ran on track a little bit. BM. I talk about more successful athletes for Jamaica. Really, BM? I don't think so. Really, BM? But anyway, Play it again. I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna play it again. Go back from here. Tell me the most interesting thing I saw. I play it all the way out till it stop. So the race, Kishane in front. Seville was probably third, Blake second as he normally is. So make it run all the way out. So all right. So So here's the most interesting I saw in that whole thing. So, I always pick up and look at thing. If you look at the end of the race, and when they were about a quarter way around the track, obviously Kishane, I think, run off of the track and do him thing. Oblique Seville took his shirt off, and what I saw from the image was he was so relieved he finished the race and made the team. You go look at it again. Oblique Seville, you could see, he was under a lot of pressure. Exactly Odell. He took his shirt off, which basically is telling me he's saying, I cannot believe I make this team. Oh my God, I'm on the team. Because I think he was nervous about making the team because he felt the cramp. And he did feel the cramp in the semifinals that I saw. Right? He took his shirt off, and there's a relief associated with him taking his shirt off. Almost as because in Jamaica, if he didn't make the first top 3, he ain't on the team. He may be no, not the empty stands. We have empty stands are normal for me, unless our champs. As Michael Johnson found out. No, he took his shirt off. And his shirt off, what to me meant, I made it. Damn, I made it. I feel so good I made a team. Yes, all my hard work has been justified. I felt I was going to make the team. Because remember, he had a meltdown before the race, He was walking around like the people they see downtown. People go downtown and see some mad people downtown. Not a civil mad, but say my walk road like he might lose his mind. Because I think he was very stressed about, people say he had mental. I don't think it was mental. I think he felt something in the semis. And I think when he's warming up, he felt something again. Because Seville don't get bad starting on people. You watch Seville races. Seville really ever get bad start. He didn't start well in that race. The thing about Kishane, which Kishane has over Bolt, Kishane should be challenging Bolt's record because Kishane starts is wonderful. Unlike Usain, who, his end is awesome because he's like a 200-meter runner, a 400 runner started out and then end up doing 1-2. Kishane has a brilliant start, and you'd think, it's interesting to see if Seville pulls up beside him, what happens. I think Kishane will run him down, but I think this race, which I'm going to show you now, gave Seville a lot of confidence. A lot of confidence, people. A lot of confidence. I watched this race over and over again. Brilliant start. It was over. And look, Noah is not pulling me in, people. Look at the distance. Normally what happens in these races is that Noah will pull you in, people. Both Noah and Zarnell Hughes were brilliant finishers and are still a good 200-meter runners. The gap, but normally what happens is if you're Akeem Blake, if you are Seville and those runners, even if Kishane, Noah will close the gap between, say, 40, he starts at the gap closing 40, 50 when he gets up to full speed. That gap wasn't closing at all. And if you watch Seville in the relays, which I don't have here, you will see he had a brilliant leg in the relay. I think on the third leg, who were on third leg? Who were on third leg? It wasn't Watson. But the third leg had some challenges. But Seville ran a brilliant second leg. Eat up the runners in front of him. So he warmed up with that race, and he ran about 4 hours later. He was brilliant. Yes, I know he's Calabar, but I'm cheering for him. The only time I cheer for Calabar, by the way. Well, I will agree, Nitro, but look, Seville beats Lyles, but he needs to beat him in the big championship, right? He beat him in Jamaica last year. Bless up Johnny Powell. And then again, he beat him on Saturday. So let's see what he does come race. But here's why I want to talk about this, which is, and by the way, the 4x1 team, I think Goldson ran the third leg, right? Thanks, Toski. The 4x1 team, when they add Blake to it, should be very, very good. Don't know who will run the bend. But Kishane is going to finish. Seville will do the second leg. I don't know if they're going to run it. They could Blake on the third leg. Doesn't matter. We should compete and probably win or come second. Well, we struggled to get in a team for the last Olympics, which is awful for Jamaica in sprints. But we have a team for the World Championship, so let's see what happens. I'm optimistic. Optimistic. So okay, so now we come to the main event of the evening. We call the main event, but we have an interlude for the main. We have a musical. Should I do a musical interlude for the main event? I just jump into it, people. You know what? A musical interlude. We can do some. We have some skills, you know. And I say the skills are good or bad. We have some skills. So if you want a musical interlude before we introduce the man who dominates football in Jamaica. No, Speid not coming up. By the way, so that people want Speid. All right, let's talk about Speid. Juras, I want a musical interlude. Fine, Juras. Fine. You guys are impatient. So let's come to the breaking football news. Rudolph middle name. I don't know middle name. No. Rudolph Speid, who is the chairman of the JFF Technical Committee. He is the owner of Cavaliers Football Club. He's on some executive body for Monroe. He's a managing director at a credit union. He's the sporting director for Cavaliers. He's the coach for Cavaliers. What would Rudolph not do, people? Oh, I'm a cancel. Hey, you know, we just come out far and them say you have 10 jobs. Rudolph have about 10 jobs. I mean, I think we know all I job them. He's involved with Titchfield in some capacity. You know, I don't think he do netball no more. What doesn't Rudolph do? Rudolph is a very busy man. People hit the like button when you come in. I should have more likes than people in the chat, people. I don't call him conflicts boss. You know I get co-opted when we go to Jamaica meet the man for 4 hours. We can't call him conflicts boss again. That'll come. Don't worry about it. We're going to do that tonight, people. We're going to do that. So tonight is a very inquisitive. We're gonna be inquisitive. We're gonna dissect. We're gonna assess. We're gonna scrutinize. We're gonna debate. We're gonna contemplate. We're gonna do a lot of stuff tonight as it relates to we get buyout. No, we get buy, but we don't get no money, so I can't buy out. You know, volleyball, no netball. Okay. We get buyout. Yeah, we get buyout. After we get, I don't mean pay for dinner. I still get buyout. I mean pay for dinner. I would have pay. In the Rudolph, I want pay, but you know. But anyway, let me get into this. By the way, may I put this up again, people, from the start. This is my interlude. My football team, Unisac Soccer Club, celebrating its 50th anniversary. If you're in the New York region, come join us on October 11th. Tickets are $75 a donation. We play in 2 leagues. The money goes towards equipment, goes towards fee for referee, goes towards entrance fee, and yours truly is the MC for the event. So you can come give me a hard time. All right? So I've done it twice. So the rumor has been going around. Tough said, oh, wait. Your pride won't let him buy. No. I invited him to dinner. So if me I invited him, I have to pay. Can't make a pay. I invited him. I never invited him to dinner. I invite him. I have to pay. Rudolph had no problem paying. Rudolph had money, man. So Rudolph makes so much money for half a messy thing. Rudolph can retire about 10 times over. But anyway, credit because be a millionaire with one portfolio. Yeah. Him have one portfolio. No portfolio him have. No portfolio. So the man have I want a Cavaliers, you know. Nowadays that's money, you know, because between money from Caribbean Cup, money from CONCACAF, money from Messi, and himself players. Yeah, exactly. Himself players too. And Rudolph say, oh, same for little and nothing. Right. I don't know what little and nothing mean. Don't know what it mean. I'm sure you have sell and class though. The player does well and get more money. So the rumor's been going around. It's been happening now for about a week plus, you know. I've seen it, you know, but I left it alone. And then I get calls about it and questions about it. And I made some calls, even though like people them hush, that Rudolph Speid is going to become the supposedly first assistant to coach Steve McClaren for the Reggae Boyz. That's what's been communicated. What to happen, Tafari? So tonight, people. And by the way, I need to find this. You know, I did put out a survey. What do you call it? I put out a poll. I should look it up. I'm going to go look it up for me, because I can't go right now. For Rudolph. So Rudolph be the... But that poll was for Rudolph being the coach for the Reggae Boyz, not the assistant. So I need to run a poll for Rudolph being assistant coach. I plan to run it today, around another time. So the view is that Rudolph is going to be the assistant coach, first assistant coach of Reggae Boyz. So with that, I have a lot of questions, people. Oh, my head starts spinning. My brain starts work, right? I have a lot of questions. We haven't got any money. The number was unconfirmed about how much he got from the King sale. So why enough comment? BM said, my promise Speid doesn't care about the national interest. Rudolph has a beginner. Rudolph same care about the national interest more than anything else. Nigel said, this is a distraction for World Cup. JFF once again hearing themselves at a critical juncture in World Cup. So here's my view on this, people. No, I am not, I'm saying it's a rumor, people. No, say Kranky say, I'm hearing it's a rumor. And let me be honest, people. Let me be honest. But text somebody today. I may ask them. Let me see if I can remember what the person said. The person don't give me nothing to pick up on. It make me more curious. But text somebody today. I may ask them. Let me see if I can remember what them say. So you get seized, you can't remember, I know. Let me find out, me text the person. When them come back to me and say, no, in fact, somebody called me about it this morning. Somebody called me. Let me say somebody called me. T-Gat called me. T-Gat, if you're thing T-Gat, never have a chance to find it. And T-Gat said, I interviewed Rudolph, and Rudolph said he wanted to be the coach for the national team. I don't recall that. I always thought Rudolph wanted to be the president for the JFF. But I have to go look through I didn't have time, people. I was busy, T-Gat, sorry. I have to go look through my my old videos to see if that was true. It must either be on my channel or somebody else's channel. I don't know if that what it was. Topher said, I don't see anything wrong with Rudolph being assistant if he gives up the job as technical director. We're going to get into that, people. Get into that. And by the way, the phone line is open now, so we can't have no say. I have enough to say. Enough to say. So the phone line is open. Let me just check to make sure, my phone is connected. And if you want to call and express your perspective as to what Rudolph should be the assistant coach, it's not confirmed, people. Here's my thing with the JFF. Hey, JFF, let me say something to you now. This is important, JFF. This is important. JFF has a lot of mold in the organization itself. Them like to squeeze other people outside the organization who may have information. They like to squeeze them until they talk to nobody. But that them are the most talking, It's people in JFF who do the most talking. The most talking. You can't have confidential information that's circulating in the general public and you go announce it like well late. A lot of people in the corporate environment, when this information they go out and try to put their perspective on it and control the narrative. You're not controlling the narrative, JFF, by being silent. Even though I have a lot of questions I'm going to ask relating to this. You can't control the narrative by being silent because it's going to run away from you. So if you come out later with information, it's after the fact. It doesn't really mean anything. You have let it run. And people are going to have their perspective and provide their view. And maybe that's what you want. I don't know. But it doesn't make sense to me. Right? Now, here are some questions to be asked. So Jay said, him care yet, him never stopped Steve from carrying on the 2 midfielders to a tournament. Guess why his players weren't forced into the team? Maybe that 2 midfielders was what drive this decision. I don't know. DC said, if this fact is true, does anyone believe that Speid will want to answer to anyone above him? Really? DC, there's a lot of questions to be asked. A lot of questions. Hey, Rudolph, if you're in the chat, call me, Rudolph. Call me. Squash the rumor. Confirm Rudolph or says, come say something, Rudolph. Come say something. If you're in the chat, come say something. Because Rudolph, no hide in the chat name. Put up him name. Want to be like with Rudolph. I ain't behind nobody. Hide behind the U15 team. When they never come forward, them get 15 love, the under 20. Because JF put up the under 15 team to manage the noise, and the noise only get louder. The only person we know who can try to change narrative and do a job, but not do well job the other day, nowadays, is Donald Trump. Man say man arrest Obama. He was a desperate because of the Epstein thing. Him try to change the conversation. JFF tried to do that, but JFF never worked. Try something else. Don't try using the under 15 team if you go blancos and camouflage your eyes, but the under 20 get 15 love. I stop that with until they redeem themselves. 15 love in 3 games. I'm gonna talk about it like every week or every other week. JFF still haven't explained to us what transpired. Still haven't explained to us what they want about it. Still not say nothing. So we'll keep it alive until them say something. We'll keep it alive anyway. But let's go back to this. So if Rudolph is going to become, so let's extrapolate this, people, and let's flush this out. Let's flush this out. If Rudolph is going to be, why my chair? No, my chair now. If Rudolph is going to be the assistant coach to the coach, the first question that comes to my mind is this. Oh, by the way, wait. Let me play something. Let me play one thing. Me pick up today. Right, me forget about it. Picked up something. I haven't heard it yet, people. So first time I hear this. So me listen to it because me know some people, them always are people of offense. Let me say this person people of offense. Me when I'm say of offense. Now play this because I never get it before. Play it.
Some most credible opinion, still fear and fearless analysis.
So before people ask me, I use people material and I give him credit. This is Oral Tracy. He was doing his normal show, and this is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying. Because he might have people of offense, and we know him and Speid have a good relationship.
That make it happen. And of course, continue to do the right thing. Just press that little subscribe button, you know, and make we get to the magic number there. You see the magic number emerging? Let's get there. And don't just watch the video. Share it. And of course,
man, be nice and talk,
comment in the comment section. You have to try and get there and interact. You know, we do that every now and then. All right. Football. News are emerged in the local football circles. Say Cavaliers sporting director, head cook and buckle washer, the current chairman of the JFF's technical committee, Mr. Rudolph Speid, is about to become an assistant coach for the national senior Reggae Boyz team going into the final round of World Cup qualifying. Maverick people over some fence, and I can tell you no say, it going to happen for true. The announcement is going to come in days. And of course, automatically, people start looking and say, wow, Mr. Speid, are there no limits to what Mr. Speid can do and get away with in local football? But we have a different take on it, you know. Because I don't think there is no doubt that Mr. Speid is the top football mind in the country right now. He's the top football coach and arguably the top administrator. He don't get better than that in a local football. Mr. Speid carrying Cavalier team to back-to-back Premier League titles. Youngest team in the league. This season, since he win the league, in top 3 player them going off on contract. And you can rest assured if Mr. Speid have anything to do with Cavalier going forward, which I suspect he will, Cavalier will still be competitive and will still be contending for the title next year. That is the kind of structure, hands-on operational structure, what Mr. Speid have in place at Cavalier. On the other side of the fence now, McClaren round there struggle bad. And a ramp will be food. When what's supposed to be an easy qualification for the World Cup. The fact of the matter is that...
Sorry, people, but I'm just playing it from YouTube, so they're going to advertise. Let's skip it. And keep
one
going.
of Mr. McClaren's assistant coaches got a job and left. So there's a vacancy there. And there's a coach that was identified and appointed. But apparently that coach was lured away to go work with the U.S. men's national team. So that vacancy is still there on the national coaching staff. And apparently, within the fraternity, now discussions start take place. So why we not go for a local coach? And who are the top local coach right now? Chairman of the technical committee, Mr. Rudolph Speid, who, by the way, at the technical committee, interview and appoint and fire coaches, you know. so that means people are run some joke about it. Say Speid, I'm going to interview himself, hire himself, and if needs be, he might go fire himself when he want to go back on Coach Cavalier. My information is that him going to step down from the chairman of the technical committee. No official word as to what will happen with Cavalier. You know, you can't totally divorce the man from his club. He don't go so nowhere in football. But in terms of being in an official capacity, the assistant coach of the national team and the coach of his club, people probably are going to have a problem with that. But you know, so that's not going to be a problem either. You know? I think if Mr. Speid was the head coach, it's not a problem, be a bigger problem. The fact that he's an assistant coach don't mean say he might go act necessarily or will be able to act necessarily under perceived conflict of interest. Unless we are going to assume say Mr. McClaren is a wimp and Speid, as his assistant coach, I'm going to tell him who to pick and tell him to pick the whole of Cavalier side going on the team. But me personally, I don't have a problem with it. Because I really think Speedy is miles ahead and the rest of football people living in Jamaica right now. Him dedicate himself to it, him passionate about it, him go out and him seek the knowledge, and him he's a football student. He's a football soldier and a consummate football student. When you have football conversation with Speid, it is evident how much the man is into him football. And him a put fee money where him out there. And him a reap the kind of rewards where him fully deserve with the Cavalier project. Now, me think all hands on deck are needed to ensure that Jamaica don't ramp with this piece of food here and qualify for this World Cup here. We are playing against Trinidad, Bermuda, and Curacao. We could not forgive ourselves, people, to have Steve McClaren at Jamaica. I try to say, look here, Steve McClaren, him coming like a tourist to Jamaica, you know. I don't think Steve McClaren fully understand the gravity and the task we're supposed to undertake, you know. When you listen to Steve McClaren talk, it's as if every time him come here, he's excited about learning something more about Jamaica. We don't need that something right now. We need a man to be that is supposed to be ruthlessly focused. The weather, we don't want to hear Steve McClaren tell me, oh, the weather is fine, and the culture is good, and the crowds make nice stadium. That's what football fans do. We want Mr. McClaren to address the technical issues with the team and make sure that we beat them 3 little team here. We rank below we on the FIFA ranking and get our asses to the World Cup. When you listen to McClaren talk, he never makes detailed technical assessments about any football game where I'm about to play or where I'm just play. He never does it. He resorts to generalizations and makes general statements and him say, oh, we didn't play hard enough. Football is about effort. We never defended well enough because we conceded 2 goals. Everybody see that, coach? We want you to tell me some intricate things where everybody don't necessarily see. I have never heard Steve McClaren spoken about in-game adjustments we make and where we're going to make. He speaks in general terms as if the nuances of the game them pass him. Now, if you've had any interaction with Mr. Speid, or even listen to Mr. Speid speak about football, he's a man of the nuances of the game. He's into the nuances of the game. So maybe this could conceivably be a good match to get to the ultimate objective, which is qualifying Jamaica for the World Cup. And a lot of people, even this journey to the World Cup, there are some people, within the football fraternity, that have an issue with how focused some of us are and how excited some of us are about getting to the World Cup, Them don't make you know the amount of millions of US dollars we're going to drop in the coppers of the JFF with this qualification, Now, whatever else you want to do in the football, let us say your priority is not qualifying every now and then for the World Cup. Fine. Your priority is some kind of development, long-term goal. How can the 9 or 10 million US dollar what we get from FIFA to qualify for the World Cup, how can that harm your objective? It must help it more than it don't harm it. Because you're going to have some money where you're going to inject in whatever projects we want to implement for the sport going forward. Anyway, we don't have a problem with Speid as assistant coach. Telling you the God Almighty truth, would have put Speid as the coach and relegate McClaren to him assistant. I'm not telling you no lie. McClaren don't know football like Speid. McClaren born in England and him have exposure and go to some of them club up there, coach at Manchester United. Probably that's why I'm not good. Because I'm Manchester. But seriously speaking, McClaren have more international experience, obviously. More exposure coaching all over Europe and born in our football culture. But I don't think that make it necessarily is a superior football mind from a man born in Jamaica. Because me think Speid is a superior football mind to McClaren. I don't think McClaren could have taken a Cavalier team here, where Speid used and win back-to-back Premier League title. I don't think McClaren could have coached a team here to the playoffs in the Jamaica Premier League. The McClaren, man, I don't lose over McClaren, man. When he come here, I have a thing named name familiarity, Because as I say, he was an assistant to Alex Ferguson. He actually coached the England national team. For a very short stint, he was successful and he made have a move. But he got to the point where he was appointed the national coach of England. But I don't know if I leave modern football leave him, or him never good from morning, or I don't know. He must suffer from a kind of culture shock coming to Jamaica. But the man just, since McClaren come and the team get worse. The results get worse, and the way how the team play get worse. And number 70, Jamaica gone back down to now, you know. After we have flirted with top 50 for so long. And McClaren on paper have the best center player them ever assembled in a Jamaican shirt. Steve McClaren have that at his disposal. And I go back here with the football. And I go back here with the results. And I go back here with the Reggae Boyz brand. So make Speedy go prop him up. Speedy probably don't want to fire him. Because it's going to make him himself now look bad. For hire a man will look like him don't know him do. So the next best thing he can do is him himself go sit down on the bench with him and prop him up. As me say, all hands on deck. Make me qualify for World Cup and then we discuss it now. Yeah, me prefer I discuss it in the midst of a celebration and qualifying for the World Cup. Now we drop out of the World Cup and say, boy, we should have do that and we should have tried that and we never do it. It better we try it. When it happen, whatever happen either way, we talk about it. But don't make it happen or don't happen and we never try. And me not think we will go for another coach from another jurisdiction, carry coming at the World Cup qualification now. Any changes are going to go on to the coaching staff now, it have to be somebody who familiar and fully familiar with everything we have now. Now is not the time for discombobulate the process. It discombobulate enough already. So I have no problem with Rudolph Speid. Check in. Do it speedily speed. Hurry up and do it, my boss. See? You keep an eye out for it. Boom bang.
Where do I start? You know, I'm gonna start with this. You know, there's a YouTuber named Kranky. You don't know what a YouTuber is? You know what this YouTuber for do? Him for go check all them video them and take clips from all them video them from start talk with that thing. Yeah. First of all, I'm gonna tell you first thing. For me, jumping a Kranky. 433 Presser did that video where him get beaten for. I thought it was even bad Presser, but Presser, look like your prognostication and your predictions are coming to roost. But let me just say this, people. Me I'll go clip Kranky video them. I'll spend some time go clip them. I'll clip Kranky video talking about the coach. Here's the first thing I'm gonna say. Rudolph, if you're listening, you'll get beaten. Me and Rudolph, they're on one channel one time, you know. And I think me get some vex me come off my channel. Me and Rudolph argue about where the coach will come from. People, if you not follow Kranky, they were from day one. Me talk to the name Kranky, who have him on YouTube channel now. And me clip Kranky thing, them a Kranky, I talk to them people at JFF and talk to even Rudolph, both them thing here. It's like a soothsayer. I feel so good about myself. It's like you prognosticate the future and it just comes through. It's amazing how that works. Huh? When it comes to these things. Whether it's talking about the interview process was lazy. I call it a lazy interview process. People go check the clip them. Go check me clip them. Lazy interview process. When I say go to Spain and get a coach who can teach us how to play football. Because we ain't produced no mate. I said Spain. I said Spain. Rudolph and I argue. Rudolph pushed back at me. What does Spain won? And as I give him to a litany of, by the way, I think the women's going to be in the final of, I think they'll go to the final, in the semi-final now. Spain a title for win star. They in every final and semi-final. Hey, Kranky, why you don't follow excellence so much and win so much? In Kranky, what is your problem? You like to follow excellence and winners. You need to follow the losers, like the under 20. That's what you should be following, Kranky. Stop following winners. It's not a good trait. Right? No, the interview was lazy, Richard. Lazy interview process. I said that from day one. Lazy process give you lazy outcome. So what the JFF is saying, if Rudolph becomes, and Rudolph, me know you watch Rudolph. You can call him if you want. Me know you watch. Rudolph, you can call him if you want. Because you see, when you call him, the numbers go up more. My numbers them go up, Rudolph. Rudolph, call him. We can't argue today. Rudolph, me tell you, Rudolph, me tell you, go get a Spain coach. Right? Me point out everything on Rudolph. From day one, me point out, Right? No. We don't have to have no Spanish player, Drew Ross. We don't have a Spanish player. The coach, my coach of England, and a Spanish player, Rudolph. Them coach all over the world. Xavier Alonso win at Germany, and a Spanish player. Pep win. Crystal Palace coach win FA Cup. What are you talking about? They ain't got no Spanish players. 433 Presser. How you doing? Good evening. Good evening. This is some YouTuber talking to you. He was talking about Kranky. We're like, what do you have to say, Presser? How you doing? How you doing, Presser?
This is Mr. Speid calling in.
How you doing, Mr. Speid? Mr. Speid. How you doing, Mr. Speid? Hey, people,
stop calling
me
my
have
name.
nothing to say to that. Me have nothing to say. Go ahead, Mr. Speid.
Stop calling my name. I will take you to court, you know.
I know use the word. I call you Rudolph. I don't call you Mister. Not call nobody Mister.
But listen, you see, I think it's wrong in terms of if he's appointed, right? And help me with this in terms of the wording and, my thought process.
Okay.
No, he's the chairman of the technical committee, fair enough. I don't think in his position he has been quite successful in terms of we see the program at the respective levels, right? I think the women's program, I think we can all agree that they have regressed massively compared to what they were like under Donaldson a couple years ago, right? I mean, even to the point where we have the no coach who can travel the team to the USA, right?
Right.
For that specific reason, which I find very baffling. That's like appointing Amuriman. We have a Champions League semi-final game and he can't travel to Spain because of whatever reason that is, right?
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Now, hasn't really been successful in this position, right? In terms of as the coach for Cavaliers, he has been quite successful. I disagree with Maverick's point about him having a higher football brain than McClaren. Not sure about that one. But for me, it's like him being in the position of the chairman of the technical committee, right? Even if he steps away from that position and he steps away from Cavalier, essentially, to me, it comes across as if he's still putting himself in the position as the assistant to McClaren. And it's just baffling that somebody can be within an organization and hire themselves to a position to what the coach needs in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people, there's wait, Fortitude. There's so many questions. We don't know if we start, people. Go ahead, Fortitude. know if we start.
And then again, it's not even a case where, say that he wasn't the coach of Cavalier, right? No, let's say that he was the. Listen, I don't know how to put it, because there's so many ways that you can put it, and I don't even know which direction to go, right? But I'm saying, majority of these people within the JFF, especially the president, Mr. Ricketts, right? I believe that they would be in favor of him being in the position of the assistant coach to McClaren. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they were supposed to vote on it, I think that he would get the job in some sense. And even if it doesn't happen, I think the mere fact that there's a conversation, being at the forefront and it is being entertained, I think it's wrong. McClaren is someone from England, right? And he needs somebody who's competent to coach the national team or help him to coach the national team, right? Not saying that Mr. Speid isn't competent for that position, but surely you would be looking on the outside to get a coach, not someone from inside the federation itself, someone who is responsible for, hiring coaches, writing policies, etc., etc. I think this is something that would be unheard of if it happens. That's like United having somebody on the board, right, who maybe had past coaching experience or something like that, right? And then United need an assistant coach, and you just take somebody off the board and appoint them, even though they were a coach in previous seasons or years. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't look right. Even if he steps down off the board, to me, it doesn't look right.
So when you're done first, I have a lot to say, people. I have a lot to say.
Let me say this, right? What if McClaren isn't in favor of Mr. Speid being the coach? How you work that one out?
Say it again?
What if McClaren isn't in favor of Pete being the coach? How would you work that one out?
So people, those of you who says Presser, this and Presser that, Presser have a brain, people. I'm telling you that right now. I keep telling you that I'm Presser 24 years old. When I was 24, I don't know if I had Presser's brain, actually. Presser have a brain, and he uses brain sometimes not in the right direction, but most time he does. And Presser is asking a question, people, which is all ask yourself. What's in McClaren's contract? This is the question I ask. Does McClaren get to pick his own assistant? Did McClaren ask Speid to be his assistant? Or was Speid thrust up on him? Does McClaren have a say in this whole situation? I go back to the contract. The contract says everything. Now, what Rudolph said to Maverick when he was interviewed was that I think there's a 30-day window or something. That means in the 30 days, they can get rid of him. So they may have learned from the Halgram situation and have some out clause, but they're going to have to pay some money to get, because nobody's going to get a buyout of the contract. He's going to pay me 3-6 months. I've been in that situation myself. You got to pay me to leave. Yes, I ain't leaving. Not happening.
But let's be honest, Kranky. This man come from England, right? Worked at Middlesbrough, worked at United, all these different respective clubs.
Right.
He's in need of an assistant coach, right? You think in a million years, McClaren would really sit back and look at it and say, oh, I want Mr. Speid, the chairman of the technical committee, as my assistant. You think McClaren would be stupid enough to think that out of all the qualified coaches in world football across the globe, across all the continents in the world, the man would have really sit down.
Yeah, but here's the question. No, but here's the question you gotta ask yourself though. We gotta be very careful when we talk about Jamaica and we're trying to equate the rest of the world. Do they have the money to pay anybody? I'm sure Speid is doing this pro bono. I'm sure he's doing this pro bono.
Kranky, you can't ask me that question because he's assistant coach. You're not seeing a head coach.
Yeah, but if you're gonna go, no. But if you're gonna go overseas and get, you can't pay Jamaica. There's some pressure.
Kranky.
Presser. Whitmore's getting paid 1 6-hour argument to get paid or something like that. Them things don't work, presser. No overseas coach now come work for no $40,000-$50,000. That ain't work. That happening.
There are many coaches in the world, in USA, Canada, Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama. We're not talking about world-renowned assistant coaches.
But does McClaren know them? Come on, presser.
I know, but okay. Let's say he cannot get the top class assistant coaches, right? I mean, surely you have so many competent people out there that can do a job that you can pay them. It's not about whether or not the JFF have money can pay the assistant coaches. Of course, they do have the money to pay assistant coaches.
No, they don't.
How can you have
to pay an additional? No. There was nothing. We're not presser. There was nothing in what Maverick says. And Maverick get him information from the sources, right? We know this. Now people no offense. When I say basically a peeping Tom, but people come give him the information and from reliable sources. He just can't give him source. So I'm talking to him though. The JFF, I've been told this by multiple parties who should know, they don't have no money. They can't go hire no coach. Just when they have the presser. That's why they haven't hired a technical director yet. Because people keep saying the technical director is paid by FIFA. That's not the case.
Well, them say enough money to pay the technical director, right? However, the money where them say them threw up with from FIFA, the amount of US millions, right?
Yeah.
Onto that the money. What happened to the girls' money? You're telling me that there's no money within the federation to hire an assistant coach? That's what you're telling me?
I think they have to make sure they have enough money. Presser. Me tell you what I know in the presser. From good sources.
How much you think Arteta's assistant is making compared to Arteta? Arteta make at least $50 million a year now.
Yes, and his assistant probably make between 7 and a million, something I would think.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. McClaren is making the highest out of the coaching staff, right? And you're telling me that as an assistant, in terms of an assistant coach, you can't find one competent person that can fit within the budget. One. Yeah,
but that means you got to go down. Look, it's kind of late in the process, isn't it? Now, I show this picture for a reason. Don't forget about the words. Because I think that Rudolph was in London, with the team, I think Rudolph probably went and did an assessment and said, you know what? And I heard Rudolph on Maverick's program talking about the 2 minutes. People, I have to give myself more credit. No, not me. You name Kranky. I'm first me. I call it the 2 midfielder. Not 3 now. 2 midfielder. I mean, here Rudolph I talked about Maverick program about the midfield situation. Me and Maverick I said like he may know about it. I didn't get information after the fact. And then me and Rudolph I didn't talk about it, right?
All right.
So I think the assessment was done at the coach and say, you know what, you need help.
So let me ask you this. This is where we need some clarity now. When you were saying the article when they bring the man from England, right?
Yeah.
How that was, him that go work for free? How right seems to say them appoint the man, but yet still the man have different job at different place.
Presser. Okay, people, I know more than I can say. Presser. There's a reason why the man go at US. Presser, why you ask rhetorical question?
So all the man them say them hire the man.
Mr. Presser, why you keep asking rhetorical questions? In Presser, if they could afford another Jamaica, if they could afford another Presser, if they could afford another Jamaica. So I'm talking about the US take with somebody. The US appear more money. Money talk.
And say them appointing for free then.
I think, okay, Presser, if you give me $10, if I'm going to give you $50, I'm going to get $10. Which one you take?
So did they buy the contract or something like that?
They're not buying nothing, man. We don't know money to pay the people. People don't listen to people. We don't have the financial resources to compensate these individuals. These are facts. We keep talking as if we have money. At one point, we're doing okay, But we didn't expect to get knocked out of the World Cup in our first round. People, that was a huge damage. Why do you think Rudolph there will do the job now? Why do you think Rudolph will do the job now? Rudolph admitting when Rudolph will do this job, people, he's admitting he made a mistake. Let me say that again. Rudolph taking this job means I went to England. When the car was me go to England, go sell nobody. Yes, that's part of the whole journey. But I did my assessment. I was on the ground. I looked at everything and said, you know what? We can't afford to give up $12 million. Me not trust him. And if he make a bad step, me I fire him too. What me say?
So
I have no choice about me coming in because we need to make sure he's been managed. We have to manage the manager. That's Kranky's view. The YouTuber who don't know nothing about nothing. Go ahead, Presser.
So you're telling me there's no money to hire a competent assistant coach?
No.
Not even like $100 US?
$100 US?
Yeah.
You mean with a K behind it? No, we don't have that kind of money. No.
So the money that them threw from the accounts recently, what happened to that? I know that
you got bills, man. All those bills are supposed to be paid. So the money, we expected money to come in from the Gold Cup. No money coming from the Gold Cup. We make first run at Copa. We no money come from the Gold Cup. Where you see money that come in? The sponsors them, get them look up chop and think them to do something big. Then we have no escalation clause and sponsor them contract. We've made some poor decisions. And then we want to try to beat people on YouTube who have some sense of these things and not try to beat them like I don't know more than them.
So let me ask you this. Was it Richard Hartis, the assistant coach to McClaren?
Who?
Richard Hartis, the goalkeeping coach that went to Besiktas. Wasn't he the assistant to McClaren?
Yeah. He was one of them.
So was he being paid?
Good question. I don't know.
But let's
I assume he was being paid. I assume he's being paid.
That he was being paid.
Yeah.
The money that you would be paying him. I mean, okay, he leaves the job. Then the same money
people. Let me say this. In McLaren's defense, McLaren can't want carrying more people, you know. McClaren want carrying more people, you know. We couldn't afford him carrying more people.
But stick to the topic, Kranky, right?
No, I'm sticking to the top. You're talking about paying assistants.
Was there. So let me say this, right? If I own a business, I may have a manager, right? I may have paid the manager, say, 100,000 a year, and he leaves the position, right? That same 100,000 that I would already be paying him, but just get somebody.
No. Things. No. Person, I say it work, person. So me school you, person. Suppose you're gonna pay that man 100,000, but you have made certain budget which were based on future expected revenues. Those revenues didn't materialize. Suppose I expected 200,000 from the Gold Cup. I got zero, right? I could have paid that coach and have money left over. Doesn't work that way.
So we don't put on money for a rainy.
We don't have rainy days. It's Jamaica too hot for have rainy days. Sun hot. I drive a country, rainfall a little bit and dry up.
Well, whoever is the assistant, which one the best thing?
What do you mean whoever is the assistant? You know the assistant going to be?
I mean, no, it's just baffling to me that what? We can't hire assistant people working for free. Like,
we bring an assistant in for free who's supposedly have the best people. We're bringing the best football mind in Jamaica to help run the organization. Why you guys are problem? With football mind, we say Jamaican and football mind. And we have bring somebody who knows the culture, who knows the environment, who knows the players, who knows the team, who knows the region. And we need people who knows the region because we've been told about this region thing. I mean, your Maverick says so. By the way, Maverick,
so if
Maverick,
you become the assistant, will he be working for free?
If who become the assistant?
Mr. Speid, he's working for free if he becomes the assistant.
I don't know, but I assume that he is. That's my assumption.
Then it's very exclusive. You want to work for free.
Yeah, I mean, what the question is? Why your boss? Wait, no, you're reporting to your boss.
This doesn't look good still. This doesn't look good for the program.
This is funny. When I reporting to him, boss, right?
In a World Cup year, Kranky, a World Cup qualifying.
I'm telling you, I understand. I think that's the reason for the decision. It's a World Cup year. We have 12 million at stake. We can't take no risk with them, man. Man, not do well. You have to get done him. As if you're Jamaican, you have to done him. Get rid of him.
It's not a good look. Trust me. Can't tell you that.
It's not a good look. But what they're doing is, they made a crucial mistake, a significant mistake. I say, people, I told you so. I'm saying it. Told you so.
But if this, well,
told you so. The same YouTuber when said people don't know about nothing. Hey, Presser, you did call out the man way back when, so now you defend him now. You're the first man call him out. You're the first man call him out.
What I'm saying is,
you said the man a scrub. Me just summarize what you say.
But tell JD this recently. Say, if I was McClaren, the mayor to come to Jamaica and make people do this deal, I would just leave the job.
What do you mean? He's still the head coach in form?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like this one bag of party shop business and hagabaloo business and unprofessionalism and these different perspective things. They don't experience these things in England.
Right, but here's the thing.
On, man.
But this is not England. This is Jamaica. This is how Jamaica run. It's how Jamaica people. So Jamaica run. Naturally, that's how Jamaica running now. Like, I can never live at Jamaica pressure. I know you're young in the pressure, but do better, man. That's how Jamaica run, right? Strange thing happen. The strangest things ever happen. The strangest things ever happen in Jamaica.
Big up yourself still.
All right, bless up, Presser. Thanks for the call. People, let me just say a couple of things. I have some questions. Thanks, Presser. Appreciate the call, sir. Let me say a couple of things, people. One is, is McClaren comfortable with this arrangement if it does happen? And if Maverick said it happen, somebody tell Maverick from the JFF say it happen. Maverick, I thought, if you don't spend, somebody from JFF talk to him. Maverick is a person who, I think Maverick's a smart man, but he's very compromised. And it's very obvious he's compromised. The way he communicates about certain things. He's very compromised. It's disappointing, actually. If there was somebody independent, Maverick could have beat them, but Maverick is compromised. And it's very obvious the way he come across. In the call out Rudolph, he said Rudolph they may make a bad decision, but it was a horrible decision. The hiring process was flawed, and the flawedness of the process, which I knew was going to happen eventually, materialized. Flawed process, flawed candidate, flawed selection, flawed outcome. Not flawed outcome, poor outcome. Right? Not surprised. So here's the question. Merrin Gordon is an assistant. Travis Sinclair is an assistant. So Rudolph can be assistant. How does the assistant hierarchy work? Because if me know Rudolph, me know. Nobody can tell Rudolph what to do, you know. Rudolph running. Rudolph the gleaner. The Cavaliers, Rudolph eventually have to run things, you know. So that'll work between Rudolph and McClaren if Rudolph disagree with McClaren. How that'll work? You tell your boss, say, no, me not do that, you know. Look, a lot of coaches are politicians, right? We hear about Ancelotti. He's a politician in Brazil. Brazil wants some local players up on fringe of the squad. He might bring them in. He say, I really imagine in peace. So but how does that work with you and your boss? You say, hey, Rudolph, me not play that, you know. Rudolph said, me no want. Rudolph said, me no want. Rudolph, me call you up on this, me no care. Rudolph said, me no want Ravel in that squad. Me no care who a call for Ravel. Me and Rudolph, me no want Ravel. What'll happen? Ravel not going in that squad. You know, the coach like him anyway. Ravel would not be in the squad. Me tell you from right now, Ravel, you don't have a chance in hell of making the squad. Me tell you that right now. Because McClaren don't want you, and we don't think Rudolph wants you either. So you're you know what is grass. So Una call for Ravel, take him out of your mind. He doesn't have a chance in hell of making the squad. That's my view. Because whenever you Rudolph call for Ravel, I'm this coach no call for Ravel, and the coach carry him from Saudi Arabia, or wherever in the Middle East in there, if you come to US, and I'll give him no game time. We don't know how that work. Spend how much $1,000. The JFF has lost confidence in the coach. I said to people, what did I say? Fire him. This decision is ridiculous. Fire him. You are firing him by making Rudolph the assistant. You are firing the coach. He's a lame duck coach. Nowhere in football have I ever heard the boss of the football team is going to become the assistant to the head coach. That means every decision he's made is subject to scrutiny. He can't make no independent decision. It's ludicrous. It's nonsensical. What the See, because some bad word. What we are do? What we are do? It don't make no sense. Rudolph, take over the team and fire him. You better him, Rudolph. You better him, Rudolph. Me say you better him. Me not say you should be the head coach, but you better him. Me run a poll. People don't want to coach a team, but you better him. You better him. Trust me. Good night. Good night.
Right, thanks for having me.
Cataract just call me. So you have to give me 5 minutes, but Cataract just call me, so I never call him back. Go ahead.
Okay.
5 minutes.
With Oral Tracy's take on the Mr. Speid saga, he conveniently give Mr. Speid a pass and not criticize Mr. Speid for hiring the coach. The person, Mr. Speid has hired several coaches that he hired Al Grimson, that did not work out. He hired this coach, it's clearly not working out, and Mr. Speid is not fired.
Well, I won't say Al Grimson didn't work out. Al Grimson made the Copa, right? Al Grimson left of his own volition. Nobody not fire Al Grimson. But Al Grimson probably couldn't work with the JFF for some reason.
Okay, but if it was working well, Al Grimson would have been there. And Mr. Speid said that he was glad that Al Grimson left. So things were not working, and Mr. Speid is failing up. He is failing up. And Oral Tracy refused to hold him accountable, and he would have hold other people accountable for doing the same thing. You're right when you point out that Oral Tracy is compromised.
Yeah, it's compromised.
And the state of the local media is one of the main reasons why Jamaica is where it is. All of them are compromised.
I cannot dispute that. I just can't.
And also, you have pointed out several things that has come through. A person like if the JFF was serious, the JFF would have been looking for talent where management is concerned, and the JFF would have brought in someone like you.
No, don't put me in the mix. Don't put me in the mix.
No. I'm not talking about you specifically.
Okay.
And also the way how Jamaica football is structured and the way how the board, JFF board, is organized is flawed. A board like JFF cannot be run like our country runs, where you go out and vote for politicians. Because all you have to do is bribe the people at the parish level. Many of them cannot read and write.
Carla, I want to bribe thing, Carla. Do not think about the program, man. The words said by my colours are not cranky. Me don't want nobody sue me for defamation. Carla, come no, Carla, man.
No. You have people at the parish level who cannot read and write, cannot string two sentences together, and they vote on the JFF board.
I have no information to say people can't read and write, people. By the way, people, if you have subscribed to the channel, if you can read and write, please subscribe to the channel.
Listen to how they speak. I hear them speak. They struggle to put two sentences together, and their subject verb agreement are off. And they go out again, Kranky. For example, you work in corporate. Corporate does not run like our country runs. It cannot run that way. And the way, the structure of Jamaica's football is flawed.
I am not going to dispute that. I do think, I think the JFF need to do some. Hey, JFF, let me just make a suggestion. Sorry, Carl, let me just make a suggestion. JFF, you need some independent consultant to come assess the organization. You do. Just go and call her. You do, JFF. Trust me, you do.
I'm Kranky, you're right, but they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
The people are flawed. Come on, the president of the JFF would not be the president of the JFF of an equivalent organization in any any other serious jurisdiction. These are just straight up facts.
Yeah.
And it annoys me that people in Jamaica and the JFF specifically fail up. The more they fail, the more they're promoted. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I'm going to stop with this. And many people do not like it. The truth hurts. The smartest Jamaicans are overseas.
I'm not gonna say that. I think there's smart Jamaicans everywhere.
I will say that you need a lot of brains to move. You need a lot of brains to move, settle in another country and become successful. The smart, again, I am the person who comes with the truth and say the unpopular thing. The smartest Jamaicans live overseas. It's just the truth.
I am not going to say that. I think there are large smart Jamaicans in both locations.
Again, Kranky, the smartest Jamaicans live overseas. You can say anything you want to say. It's just the truth. The evidence is there.
There's a lot of Jamaicans living in a lot of places. I know who are very smart. There are a lot of smart Jamaicans in Jamaica.
Kranky,
but Jamaica has exported a lot of intellectual capital. So
Kranky, the key word, the superlative here is S. The smart S Jamaicans live overseas. sees.
Well, they have no say in Jamaica, so it don't matter where they live. It don't matter if that's true. They have no say in Jamaica politics, how Jamaica operates, Jamaica football, Jamaica volleyball. They have no say in anything. So if what you're saying is true, let's just extrapolate and say it's true. Then wouldn't you want to leverage that intellectual capital and use it to your advantage? They should. If what you're saying is true, I'm not saying it's true, but if that's the case, then you know what?
They only want your money. They only want your money. They don't want your brains. They only want your money.
Yeah, it's this is an interesting one, people. It's an interesting one. I must admit, it's an interesting one. I've never seen this before in my life, and I'm still trying to digest it. And my head is spinning. Yeah, maybe I'm not that smart. But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, sir. Appreciate the call.
Thank you. Good night.
All right, good night. Hey, Cataract, Cataract, call me back now, my youth. Cataract, call me back now. You call me Cataract. You know what? Let me try to call him. I gotta call you back. Let me try to call Cataract first. In terms of calling back, let me try to call him first, and then I can call Dub Hope. Just call me. Or the Cataract leave. But then we shouldn't call Cataract now, because Cataract will take about 2 hours. By the time we talk, me turn tired and go in bed. 9 o'clock. We only have 20 minutes left. Cataract, you have 5 minutes. You make it 7.
Thank you.
You have 5 minutes. You make it 7. I give you extra time. Me are done in the next 15 minutes.
It don't need to be that long. I just want you to acknowledge.
Yeah.
The error of your ways.
What error of my way? What are you talking about, Cataract?
I was on your show and I told you that Rudolph Speid, one desire in life is to coach the walkouts and coach the Reggae Boyz at the World Cup final. You told me I didn't know what I was talking about.
My sources, I guess my sources were wrong. I thought he wanted another role. I didn't know it was that role that he wanted.
He wanted to be president.
Yes, I thought he wanted to be president. Yes, that's what I thought. Yes.
And I told you.
My signals were wrong.
Short man syndrome, Napoleon syndrome. He wants to put his name in the record book. So I'll tell you this. I expect that he will be named as the assistant head coach. I expect that Jamaica will qualify. And then I suspect that we will start playing bigger teams post-November. And we may not be successful in these games. At which point, Steve McClaren will be relieved of his duties and Rudolph Speid will be the head coach. He doesn't want to take the hard role and qualify the team because he wasn't quite sure that this Greenwood thing was coming.
No, I think you're wrong. So let me stop right here. Here's what I think happened. Wait, no. Here's my thoughts. So you give your thoughts, right? Here's my thoughts. I think what happens is the JFF realized McClaren is out of his depth. They realized there's no way in God's earth any coach worth their salt will go to a tournament with 2 midfielders. You know, Hayden was going back to England. They know Biziak is not a midfielder. They know they only had Russell and what's his name? Bobby Reed was injured and Palmer. There is no people. I called this out numerous times before me, your Maverick, and even Rudolph them I run with it. We called it out a long time. They have realized, and Speid went to England, so I'm sure part of it was assessment of him. Speid not traveling with team, No, tell me what no St. Marion thing why Speid there. You can do your thing remotely. Nobody if you go fly nowhere if you go on transfer. That would tell me the nonsense. He went with the team to go assess the coach. That's my view. He assessed the coach and came back and said, you know what? This not work for me. He gave his report back and the JFF decided we have to do something about this. And you hire him? So you control.
So I'm going to say to you, again, but I don't want to spend the time because I've been saying this for months now, right? From Ryan Show from months now. So I don't know how JD them call themselves prophet when Cataract is. I went on record and say, "Wanna clip me, say I tell you know what coming." Now here's the fact: Miguel Coley could have been a reasonable assistant coach Steve McClaren. What Rudolph Speid doesn't have is any international football experience. That zero, collapse, data. And once he steps out of the region with his club, which are players who you see day in, day in, week out, they haven't succeeded. No, I mean they weren't battered by Inter Miami. You know, so you have to give credit where credit is due. But he has zero experience, zero. So he'll be learning on the job, right? And he'll be learning that he's going to be coaching up players who are far superior to all the little kids that he has running around in his club. They're kids. He has the youngest squad in the JPL. Big man like Pinnock and Mason Greenwood and Rico Henry, if I'm hearing is true, and also whoever to come. He won't have, well, it remains to be seen if he can translate that.
Yeah, but here's what we're missing in the whole thing, Cataract. You guys are I see people in the chat saying the same thing. You guys are going way down the road. Back up. McClaren is there. Wait. McClaren is still McClaren is still in form, maybe not in substance. The head coach. The players we face now with McClaren. If Rudolph is smart, he'll be more in the background, providing advice, providing guidance, and doing more than that. Because Rudolph can be second to nobody in our life. And I don't know Rudolph DNA.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not.
But I'm just saying he will not. He'll be smart enough not to be out front in having disputes and challenge the coach in a. Rudolph is smarter than that. It will be behind closed doors. He'll be influencing decisions.
He's going to be challenging the coach,
right? But I'm just saying the players will see the coach. The coach will be formed. He'll be the person out there in the public, but he may not make it a good decision.
Yeah. So you're not hearing what I'm saying to you.
What are you saying?
I don't see McClaren lasting 3, 4. I don't see him at the end of the year being a Jamaican head coach. And again, I'm going on the record on your show and say, just like how I went on to the Speid was coming, I tell you this.
So I have no comment on that because I don't know anymore.
By the end of the year. Gone by the end of the year.
It's possible.
You know,
it's possible.
What I saw this, is when we overlooked or didn't make a serious approach for the one who wanted to come on, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I was like, okay, you have kind of a modern coach here with a recent coaching history. Didn't do bad at Man U. Whoa. And it couldn't be because Canada was also looking at him also as well, right? So it couldn't be that he wasn't willing to come to CONCACAF. He has some long strategy to speed up, play a chess game with it from back in the day when we are campaigning about the election and tell you that this thing here, you guys going down a road, but this is what you get. So we're here now. So I'm not crying over election milk and anything like that, but this is what I voted for. Rudolph Speid is going to walk out in the United States at whichever venue with the head coach and him something and lick a boots on, and him will be the head coach of Jamaica. No argument to nobody. Let's go to where we are now. We have about 2 players left in the JPL who are worth their salt. That can 2 or 3, maximum 2 or 3 players that are worth their salt that could come around the fringe of this team. Right? And those, if you're going to say it, Busy Atkinson is there, but certainly Richard King is gone. So he's now an overseas-based player. Right? I can't see why Warner Brown would not even be at least in the MLS in the window coming up. I can't see why you wouldn't be at least in the MLS and out of here. We should only leave Kemar Foster, the goalkeeper. Kyle Ming as a right back until I see Max Aaron's papers come through. Right? Who will I say leave? I like the kid Fuller from Tivoli. Right? I do have a lot of time for the kid Fuller from Tivoli. But there's nobody else. Christopher Ainsworth, if you want to say Christopher Ainsworth.
So what point you're making, Kedra? What point you're making?
That we don't need no assistant coach in Jamaica looking around the JPL to do what? The squad is
I think you guys are missing the point, though.
The players who are the reason and rationale that was given for having a local domestic coach was that he or she, because you can have a woman coach, he or she would be knowledgeable of the JPL to be able to advise the coach on the best local talents to integrate into his or her squad.
What's communicated publicly may not be the substance of what people are probably thinking or saying privately. It is very obvious to me that the JFF lost. They have lost any confidence. You ever hear the vote of no confidence? It's a no confidence vote, but they don't want to fire him because they're going to find somebody else. They have no confidence in the coach. And I would not have any confidence in any coach who went to a tournament with 2 midfielders.
So
9 defenders, 9 forward. Him and more goalkeeper than midfielders. I'd fire him. I said fire him for a long time. Fire him.
I've heard you say that, right? And you have been consistent. And you were the first person to point this out. Right? That being said, I can't.
No, they don't have any confidence. Cataract. It's not about JPL anymore.
No.
Rudolph has said it. Rudolph has said it. We know. No, Rudolph has said this on, I think he said on, people don't hear Rudolph talk sometime, and I'll tell you what I must say in terms of not being explicit. What Rudolph is saying, if you're an EPL player, don't tell me you can't come in that team, you're coming at the team. You hear when they're talking about, when he was interviewed on Sportsmax and they said something about, we're going to bring in more players at this point in time. And he was basically saying, if they're at a certain level, why are we even talking about it? But he's not the biggest confidence that you can hear in League One and League Two. But if you're JPL and even Championship, Rudolph is going to bring you in. I bet if they're all EPL, if we have 10 more EPL players come in, Rudolph will bring them in. He may bring in some JPL players because you got to balance it out. But he's going to bring in the players who have the pedigree.
But I don't think that this is there's no more liquor apart from the man that will work on them passport publicly. And one with me no.
Wait, you don't want to tell me, but go on.
I work on him, right?
Tell me if I contact Rudolph get 19.
I don't believe that we're looking anymore in the championship. I think we've gone past.
No. We're EPL with that.
Yeah,
we're EPL. It's EPL. If you're not EPL, you can't get that team going forward. At least from this point on.
Okay. So the striker, you must have played in the EPL. So I'm saying Cameron Archer, for example. Yes. I want to lead the line.
He's on the list.
Right? And if there's anything I can do, I'm saying it publicly, this Cameron Archer, I will do it. Because that is a player I believe in. I believe that he will score the goals to take us to World Cup. I believe he will put the ball in the back of the net in the World Cup. Right? And he will do it in the next cycle because he's a young player.
People explain to know yourself what EPL means. Go on.
What EPL means?
No, go on. No, you don't understand. I know why if know yourself, I ask them questions in for them. Go on.
The English Premier League. If you're not in the English Premier League, I'm not looking for your time is gone. You could and should have impressed us a long time ago.
No. You can't. No. So I don't. So here's the problem you have, Cataract. You and I know this. The JFF does not recruit players in the traditional sense, right?
All right.
Right. So some players may think about it, but if you're not, it's like you're recruiting kids going to college to go play NCAA basketball. You're recruiting players. You gotta spend some time with them, explain to them what the plan is for them. Just like how you hear people. That's how you do when you're recruiting talent. You go explain to them why they should be part of your program.
Can't argue with you, 1,000% true. But we're recruiting now for 2030, right? If you're coming now, it's 2030. Really and truly, unless you have a blistering season in this season and then you integrate it into the
Dwight McNeil can come when we read World Cup. To me, Dwight McNeil can come anytime he want to come. We're on the midfield. Can come anytime he want to come.
No, but Dwight McNeil is playing on the wing. Why would I bring Dwight?
No, Dwight McNeil come play. No, Scatterrack. Why are you guys so dated in your thinking? Dwight McNeil played the wing. He don't play wing no more. He played the 10 for Everton and he played the 8 sometimes for Everton. What are you talking about?
Yes, but he is at best.
No, he's at best when you play him. No, he's at best. He was brilliant at 10. Came closer to the goal. He can score more goals. Come on. Don't argue with him, Cataract. Cataract, let's not have the conversation. Trust me. Don't have the conversation with me.
Stop it. We've been going well.
We don't
You're
need no
telling me
cataract. We
that
don't need no wingers. We don't need no wingers. We don't need wingers.
But what I'm saying to you, how you mean? Dwight McNeil is an instant
No. We don't need
proven
wing. We need
upgrade
midfielders. We need
on
midfielders.
Damari Gray.
Yeah, but we don't. We need midfielders. We need more updated midfielder in place else. He can play the 10. He can play the 8. He runs all day. He can pass the ball. He's a good footballer. That we need an 8. We don't need no 10. We don't need no winger. We need an 8 or a 10. We don't need a winger. Huh?
Hey, listen to me again.
Go on.
You are telling me that you are going to take that cultured left foot that provided in seasons with Burnley, who were battering at the bottom of the table, providing the most accurate cross.
Can you guys in the chat please explain to Cataract that he's not been watching Premier League football? He watches it only when Leeds play. Please explain Cataract that Dwight McNeil is no longer a winger. That's the way Moyes is playing him.
He has been brought inside to cover because Everton had injuries.
Cataract, let's talk about something else. Because you don't know what you're talking about. Let me burn you out. Cataract, you can't talk. Cataract, you cannot have this conversation with me. I'm telling you.
Stop. Just answer my question.
Yeah.
In the midfielder that they brought in from Aston Villa, Everton, Onana, or what his name is, the one that drives into the box.
No. Onana went from Everton to Aston Villa.
Right.
Okay.
He left. Hold on. And there was a void in that midfield area. Right?
Oh, go ahead.
Onana was an 8. The man that driving from the center go in the box.
Yeah, you're playing it.
Right?
Go. He play this 6 and he played the 8. Yeah, go ahead.
Excellent footballer.
Yes, a very good footballer.
And Dwight McNeil is versatile.
Yes, he
demonstrated that he's versatile. However, I believe if you put Dwight McNeil in the 9, he will score goals because he's just versatile. He has no technical deficiencies. 0.
Okay.
His right foot is not that weak. I mean, if his left foot is 100, his right foot is greater than 50%. Right? So he's not like he's one-footed like Messi or Ricardo Gardner. And even Messi is not that one-footed.
Okay.
I'm saying to you that Dwight Lee's best position is as a left winger. I'm not saying that he can't play other position or he is
what's Joel Linton's best position?
Joel Linton?
Yeah.
Another tricky one.
What's Iwobi's best position? People, the point I'm making, Kranky, people evolve. Kranky. No, Kranky. Cataract.
You're dropping it.
No. Iwobi is a brilliant football. No. Because you're not watching enough EPL. You only watch Leeds.
He's a decent footballer.
No, he's a very good footballer. No, decent anymore. Go watch the stats. Go look at the stats. Let's not digress. Let's get back to the football.
No,
digress. We're talking about Jamaica. We're not going to EPL.
I'm saying that remember I said to you that there are 3 players or 3 positions or 4 actually that we need to recruit. One is Cameron Archer, who is on the path.
Yeah, right? he's on the list.
And number 9.
He's on the list.
And in backup of that, if you look at the list I gave you, it's either Keenan Davis or Tyrese Campbell from Sheffield.
I don't think the coach like Keenan, but keep going.
Keenan is not everybody's cup of tea.
No.
He really isn't.
He doesn't score a lot of goals. We need goal scorers. He don't score a lot of goals.
No, he doesn't. He holds.
And he doesn't have an exceptional quality. This is not. We're playing behind defense. We're not playing in front of defense.
Whoa.
He doesn't get behind defense. Don't do that.
Don't.
He doesn't score a lot of goals.
No, but his hold-up play as a big man.
Hold up a gunman. A gunman do hold up. Hold up thing.
Well, that's what he does.
Want people to get behind defense.
He hassles defenders. He presses the ball well.
Anybody can do that. Warner Brown can do that. We don't need that.
Not lazy.
Warner Brown can do that. We know him start a Serie A him team, but not score enough goal for them either.
No, he's not. He's not a prolific goal scorer.
So we don't need him.
No, because he brings other people in, and he and Cameron Archer have come up at least a decade, more than 5 or 7, 8 years in the Aston Villa Academy.
We have Trevor Stewart. Somebody mentioned we have Trevor Stewart. We have Antonio. We don't need another Antonio and Trevor Stewart. We don't.
No, but oh God Almighty! Come on, man. Trevor Stewart was exiled from the league that they both were in, and they both were exiled, deported, dipped. It get dipped. he obviously has been doing something, and I'm going to watch him closely.
He's scoring goals where he is. That's all you can do, you know.
Yes, and I'm going to watch him now that he's moving into a more prominent league.
Yes.
Right, and we'll see. But I'm just saying that the raw materials are there, but the window is closing sharply. We have to go and convince Jacob Ramsey.
Oh, by the way, I see him on announcing for wait, he's announcing for One Umbrella Sport. Didn't you see him on One Umbrella Sport? They sent something out.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. No, he was there big up Umbrella Sport.
And all those things.
Huh?
Look, I'm just saying, either Jacob Ramsey, Joe Bellingham, or Aaron Ramsey. One of the three of them I am putting.
I don't think Bellingham is Jamaican. I keep telling you that. And you want somebody, to send me something. Last time you want somebody to send me something, say I'm Jamaican. Somebody send me, and they must send me from ChatGPT, chat wrong, in Jamaican. I know I read the story someplace which was not chat or Wikipedia. I don't think he's Jamaican.
All right. If he's not, then fine. Then it's the Ramsey brothers.
They're Jamaican.
We need to get the Ramsey brothers in.
Yeah.
We need to, there's no question. If the Ramsey brothers are Jamaican, and they need to be in here. In that number 10. If they're not, then it belongs to Ravel Morrison.
So people, what may happen, people, is that the coach may become a recruiter.
No, but he hasn't been a prolific recruiter.
Gunners said their Billings are Jamaicans. Gunners, I'm gonna go back to the stores.
Listen.
We've been debating this Billingham Jamaican thing. That's not my understanding. But keep going.
So listen, in you have 4 people that can give you your citizenship, right? Mother, father, grandparent, mother, father, yes. 6 people, parents, or one of your 4 grandparents.
Yes.
I'm not going to say that none of Bellingham's 4 grandparents are Jamaican because
his father's Caucasian. The mom is black. I haven't read any place where they're Jamaicans, except on ChatGPT and a few more places. But if you read the story, they basically said they haven't told people what their heritage is. That's my understanding.
Okay.
That's my understanding. So they could be Jamaicans, but they haven't told people that. So we can't say they're Jamaicans when we don't have definitive evidence. Chat is wrong, and I think something else is wrong that I was talking about it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm not going to long argue.
But let's go to like people you want. You want the Ramses and you want McNeil. Anybody else you want? You want Like Kelly too? Like Kelly went to Juventus, about 50 million pounds. Like Kelly got to Juventus. And my start to.
I want the Ramses. I would like the 2 strikers.
Okay.
Keenan Davis, Dwight McNeil. No, I can live with anything else. If Lloyd Kelly or Ben Godfrey comes, hell no, I won't say no because I think they both have qualities, different levels, right? But Ben Godfrey has always been the better center.
Somebody mentioned Tyreek Mitchell.
But Tyreek Mitchell must be coming because look here.
He's not must be coming. Don't say must. He's expected. Don't say must. Expected. Tyreek Mitchell was must for about 2 years ago.
No.
It's true. No, Tyreek Mitchell was must 2 years. We're not sure about Tyreek Mitchell come that way.
Was not must.
He was a must 2 years ago. Then if he said England, we go call him and he not come that way. We can stay there.
Right. He was on the England thing. He was listening to his drill music and his, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Make it feel good.
Man's not hot. Man's not hot. He was on Man's Not Hot. Now he's on.
So Cataract people, them say, boy, I have to go to another caller, you know. So
well, let's say that. But so we have digressed. Let me come back with my few minutes of ability. So I believe that the coaching situation is a distraction. I believe that the 2 best candidates to be the assistant to Marion Gordon is either Miguel Coley or Darren Moore. Those are the 2 who I believe would provide the best technical, tactical, strategic support to the coach. Darren Moore has coached in the Premier League. He has delivered results. He saved West Bromwich. from being relegated, and then they did him dirty. He promoted Sheffield Wednesday. They did him dirty, and now they look like they might even run out and start and not be a club anymore.
Cataract, please stay on point. Please stay on point.
I'm saying the two.
No, we don't want no history. We don't want history, Cataract. We just want to do one point. This is a very antsy argument. People in the chat tonight.
This is very cranky.
There's a very
so anybody in the chat is disagreeing that Darren Moore or
no, they're not disagreeing. They're just saying stay on point. When we start talking about how you may get dismissed, they don't want history.
I am saying to you, what is his resume? What would make me say so?
No, he's a good coach. He did well with what was it, Birmingham or one of those teams that he was at for a while. West Brom. He took over for a while from whoever got fired and did well. Yes, and then they retained him.
He kept them in the Premier League.
He did well. He did well, and then he did well. He did well. I remember that history. Yes,
and he has done well everywhere except I think.
So Kajak, you have 2 more minutes.
He's promoted Port Vale again. I think it's better now for us because I don't think he's on big wages at Port Vale because they were in League 2. You know what I mean?
Darren Moore is not coming. Rudolph Speid is coming. What's your thought on Rudolph Speid? So here's your final question for you, Cataract. Don't take 10 minutes. What's your final perspective on Rudolph Speid becoming the assistant coach for Jamaica national football team? Summarize it in less than 2 minutes.
We'll qualify for the World Cup and we'll lose all 3 group games and go out embarrassingly.
But we'll get $12 million. Not a bad return on your money. All right, Cataract. Thank you, sir.
Not a bad return on your money. And I think that there are others who could and should be looked at, who may allow us to earn more than the $12 million and even maybe competitive and get out of a group because it's an expanded tournament.
Right.
To get out of a group and earn more than $12 million. So I personally believe that we need to get the right assistant coach. Your assistant should be a succession plan. That if, God forbid, McClaren drop down, there's someone to step into the job. That's how you do management of big organizations. You have succession planning. Your deputy must be ready to take the reins at the time. But I think I've been listening to the program because I've been downloading music. I told I didn't have a long time. The conflicts of interest and all the myriad of things that follow what would happen. I hope you would have addressed them. Where
I haven't gotten someone in here because you took up all the time.
so where the interview panel, the head of the interview panel just appoints himself, and then he's going to evaluate himself.
So all right. So Cataract time is up, people. Cataract time is up.
Hold on. Does he remain a director?
We're gonna ask those questions, Cataract. We'll ask those questions. All right, Cataract. Appreciate the call, sir. As usual. Bless up.
As usual. It's a pleasure.
Bless up.
Here, big up the man them.
All right.
Play up.
All right. Hey, Cataract. Hey, people. Cataract can't stop talking now. Even Cataract, if you leave him, leave. Because Cataract love the mic. Typical DJ. Let me just say a couple things, people. Cataract asks good questions, right? Which is, and this is for Rudolph. We don't know you have some question, Rudolph. Come here, Maverick, who is not independent of anything. Same objective. Hey, Maverick, go and look up objective. Like you go look at the word humble. Because I don't know what you're talking about. Number of questions to be asked. If you're the head of a technical committee and you hired someone for the job, how are you going to work for that person? That's an oxymoron. You can't work for your boss. Your boss can't work for you. That doesn't make any sense. Second, as Cataract says, if you're head of the technical committee and I hired you and you failed, should I retain you? This Kranky is Christian. Or should I just fire you and take the role in the interim until I find somebody else to do the job, or I keep doing the job myself? Because frankly, if your boss is going to be watching you 24/7, you can't do your job well. You're going to get uncomfortable. It's like micromanaging. Now, the JFF has shown they don't trust McClaren. There is zero chance they will put Rudolph in that seat if they trust McClaren. They don't trust McClaren. They believe he's a failed coach and he's going to fail them. As Maverick said, which probably a discussion people have had, this is probably one of the best teams Jamaica has ever had playing for them, and we're failing. The JFF is basically saying, look, We have $12 million on the line. We need to put our best person in place to oversee this and make sure it works. And if he ain't doing what he's been told, we fire him. So Jeff is going to be running the team. So here's my question. Rudolph is conflicted. I haven't said conflict boss all nice. Rudolph is conflicted. But nobody want to change it. Kranky been preaching about this forever. Nobody want to change it. So leave it alone. Because you can't keep beating him up on something and not change, If you're being ineffective in doing something, pivot and do something else. I'm not concerned about Rudolph and Cavalier and this situation because you know what? Ain't nobody in the Cavaliers team apart from the ones who gone overseas can get another team. Yeah. Busy can't get another team. Sorry. And King can be able to get another team. Look, if you want to St. Mary or not, I tell that from right now. Give him the team and who's going to be available if everybody's not injured. Rudolph can go pick somebody from the team, no go put another team. But if when it goes from this to someplace else where Rudolph become the national head coach, if he do well as the assistant and then get rid of McClaren, then all hell go break loose in terms of that conflict, and it's going to be Rudolph's downfall. I mean, I want you, Rudolph, you're be the downfall if you want to be the head coach and you run Cavaliers at the same time. You're the owner, you're the manager, you're the battle washer. That don't make no sense. And people like Maverick are so conflicted, them can't see their head from their ass. Seriously. And it's annoying. Let me say this, people. When you make bad decisions, when you keep up making bad decisions, then you have to be questioned yourself. I've said this numerous times, Rudolph, because I know you're watching. You can't keep hiring people who do well and fire them and keep the people who do poorly. That doesn't make no sense. You can't fire the people who do well and people who do poorly, you keep them. That's backwards thinking. Now, for you to not be going into the team to be the assistant coach, you just tell me you don't trust McClaren. And JFF don't want any... JFF, look, people, this is not an easy decision for the JFF, I don't think. They may have sit down and say, you know what? Hey, Rudolph, you hire him, Or you recommend him, as I'm saying, hire him. But yeah, you hire him, Rudolph. So we have to put you in charge since you're the man, you're the best, as Maverick said, you're the best coach in Jamaica. You're the number one football man in Jamaica. As he also said, when we hear people, you know what I do, people? I'll clip me video them. This is my self-promotion of myself. Because we love to do that. We're Jamaican. We do it. Because we don't tell them this thing already now. I don't talk about say, I hear people, even Rudolph said this to me sometime. Basically, saying nothing about football. I don't have to know anything about football to know what bad decisions are, to know what awful decisions are, to understand the lack of deductive reasoning, to understand the lack of perceptiveness, to understand the lack of strategy, to understand the lack of plan, to understand the lack of being inquisitive, being deductive, to understand the lack of the ability to be informed before you make decisions, to not be lazy in the hiring process. I don't have to be a football mind for that. And here's what people don't realize. When people, I see beat up Todd Bowley at Chelsea and are killing him, I laugh. Now, some of them might question what he's doing, but I laugh because you know what? I have been around those people. I know how they think. All they're thinking about is not the football. I don't give a damn about no football. It's about the money. They have the Dodgers, and they're saying, what strategy do we have to employ? You hear what they're going in and say? When people are cussing them, say they're stupid, they're saying the people who they're going to work with are stupid. They're saying we see a lot of money to be made. That's how we became billionaire. We didn't born with a spoon in our mouth. And we're going to figure out how to leverage what people are doing. Football become a $1 trillion plus industry. Let's go in there and show these people how to make money. That's what they do. They may sound like they're stupid. They spend $1.5 billion in money, but they're buying to sell. They're buying and hold the assets. They're buying with the view of long-term return on investment, not short-term return on investment. So at the end of the day, when I talk to JFF, sometimes they'd say, Kranky, you don't know about football. No, you're fool. You don't know about no football. You just talk on YouTube like the rest of the people, them, and blah, blah, blah. I smile and says, I don't have to know anything about football. I have common sense. Well, not common sense. Every common I don't want it. I have the ability to understand certain things, assess them after years of learning and experience, and make an informed decision. I've said this before, people. This is a lesson. I worked in some companies where they would take the person who head up the finance department or the portfolio management and put them in HR. And you know what they always tell us? Because I would challenge us sometimes. Smart people will understand what they need to do. They'll learn it and they'll get it right. And smart people realize they surround themselves with brilliant people because they can't know everything about everything. It's not about them having the expertise. It's them knowing who has the expertise and who can do the job. McClaren was an awful hire. and keeping and undermining him by having Rudolph in the role, you should just fire him. You can put Rudolph in. Your boss is going to be overseeing. Your boss is going to report into you. That's nonsense. Your boss is not reporting into you. That makes no sense. Where we get this nonsense from? Your boss can't report into you. So there's no way McClaren should be in the job. If JFF has lost confidence in McClaren, which they have, right? Because when Speid was on Maverick programming, him undermining when him say the midfield, him couldn't do midfield. Speid said, when me the Cavaliers, we do them thing there. So it's now clear that they've lost confidence in McClaren. When you lose confidence in somebody who's in a seniorship role, you get rid of them. You said, you know what? They have personal situations they got to go take care of. They can't be around anymore. Or we have decided to mutually part. Okay, you fire them. Pay them off and fire them. You keeping them on is a joke. So McClaren got to know these people. If McClaren say I want Ravel and Rudolph said no, what happened? Rudolph is a football mind, right? McClaren's a football mind. The head coach made the final decision. But in this case, his boss is over him. But his boss reporting to him. So if Rudolph is first assistant and he said, you know what? I want Ravel in the team. And Rudolph said, I don't want Ravel. I don't think Ravel is good enough. I think he's past his prime. That's a done argument. I find this amazing, people. I'm confused. And I'm easily confused, but I'm confused. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I hear people saying, me don't support Jamaica. Only can don't support Jamaica. Me not don't support no Jamaica. Me want to go World Cup. Me not don't. World Cup come around every 4 years, people. And people like me now have much longer upon the earth. Me not nonsense. Like person who are 24 years old, you can't say no support the World Cup. You can't do that. Me not. Me I support World Cup. 4 years? I think I'll say 4 more after that one year. Me I support World Cup. Me no care who did it. Me no care if I have a Nancy. However, I don't want to bring come coach team, me I support my team. So me not what I may not agree with the decisions. Me not done with no JFF. Me not done with no football. Sorry. I mean I encourage them for no football. Because when World Cup come round, me want to watch Jamaica play. Even if we get 15 love in a 3 game, we still want to watch Jamaica play. Because you have to be there to be part of the plan. So me not people stop on nonsense but not support JFF and not support them. We're not support JFF. We support the football. There are 4 components to the football. There's the sponsors. Let me go backwards. Let me change around. There's the JFF. There's the players. There's the sponsors. There's the fans. Everybody have to do them part. If me cry, I'm not crying thing, no Conrad. I'm not crying thing. I'm not crying. Don't hear me. I'm not crying thing. I'm not crying thing. I'm not encourage nobody. Never them tell them. If you come cry to me, I'm slap you. Nobody have crying thing. You know, I'm not really child abuse. Nobody. But this is my child abuse. But if them start. Both one cry, unless one care lick you or something, you know, when I crying thing. I see a broken party, yeah? We're not crying thing to me. We're not crying thing. What we're into is managing adversity, is overcoming adversity, is when things are down, that's when you should show your ability and work through those difficult situations. We're not crying thing. If a woman broke your heart, just come again. Lay down for a while, don't painful, but get over it. At the end of the day, I don't understand the decision. It doesn't make any sense to me. We put somebody. So here's the thing. So then you're saying Moran Gordon is not good enough because some people say Moran was just there to bring back information to management. Maybe he did. And Rudolph went to England and just substantiate what Moran was saying. Because Moran was thrust upon the coach. I don't think he asked Moran. But I must say this, people. What am I sure I'm going to do? I'm going to clip a bunch of my sayings from way back when, people, from the start of this process, before the process started. I'm going to clip a lot of my things that I've said about this whole process. I'm going to put them all together. I'm going to play them. So people can see where Kranky talking after the fact and his hindsight view. I've been saying these things from day one. Yes, I'm wrong on Rudolph. I didn't know Rudolph wanted to be the coach. I thought Rudolph wanted to run the JFF. So I'm going to be surprised about that. But apart from that, in terms of the coach, his ability, the decision made, it ain't rocket science. If you're a leader and a manager and an executive and you know how things are supposed to work, and you have managed people, you have managed businesses, and you have managed multi-regional team, and you have managed global teams, you understand how these things work. Your experience. You have had the experience to understand how these things work. Some people have not had experience. So they challenge your acumen, they challenge your intellect, they challenge everything about you. You just sit there and laugh at them. Because if you don't know, you don't know. And it's very disappointing that we're at this stage. We are just over a month away from the first game against Bermuda. And I didn't coach. Hey, people. The first question, hey, JFF, I'm not giving no pass, you know. I tell you. My first question is going to be for the coach. I figure I put it in a more political term. I'm not telling the question. Me have about 2 questions already for the coach. I can't wait for the press conference, people. I can't wait for the press conference. Cannot wait for the press conference. Rudolph, if you're truly becoming, because that has been confirmed, but I heard that some of the people on the fence, and that the person people on the fence where I hear from, because I was getting them fence thing right. Reggae Boyz reactor, you don't know what you don't know. That's all I have to say. Reggae Boyz reactor, you don't know what you don't know. Remember, so we really are speculating because we don't know for sure what was dynamics between the Speid and the coach. Right. So we're speculating. That's true, Hummingbird. But I'm sure the speculation is on point. There is zero chance the JFF would take the public relations disaster that this is, the little goodwill that may have built up in certain areas, and want to make this decision because they know how unpopular the decision is going to be. They know how controversial the decision is. They know how disconcerting some people in the public domain is going to be. They view that this is a desperate time, that they have no choice. They don't trust the coach. You can't tell me anything different to convince me. I don't need nobody to come give me no perspective. And no, they don't trust the coach. In fact, they would want to fire the coach, but it would be egg on their face if they fire the coach, especially so late in the process. They probably believe that if they fire the coach, it would have a detrimental effect on the players, on the whole process, on the fan base, and they would look worse. But if they can put a paper over it, a bandage over it, band-aid, and they look, the only reason why Rudolph is there is because Rudolph gonna coach a team. Rudolph gonna coach a team. Seriously. When I say coach, well, not coach, you're gonna manage the team. There's a difference. So Rudolph will not be the one there giving instructions about how they're gonna do certain things. But he's gonna coach the team, he's gonna manage the team. Now, you mean what's the difference, Kranky? Because the manager is gonna be in the background, in the strategy room, giving guidance, giving perspective, giving input. There is zero chance McClaren will not take his input. Zero. Because McClaren knows he can get fired at any minute. And McClaren needs the World Cup for his legacy. He needs it. Not I want, he needs it. So I take the job. It's not about the money. He needs the job. It's about legacy. He failed with England miserably. As Presser was said, go watch Presser program when he first came on board. Except don't look at the thumbnail. It's actually a sad situation. It's very sad. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. Please hit the like button. There should be more than 300 likes by now. It's only 269 of 272 people watching. Because I know a lot of you haven't hit the like button. It's disappointing. You know what? Double call me. I'm calling back. It's disappointing. We shouldn't have got to this stage. I don't know why we got here. And how we could ever get here, but it is. Let me call it double. Okay, call me. I wonder if he's still there.
Hello.
Good evening. This is Kranky from the Kranky. You're live on the show. You called earlier?
Yeah, but they call the guy. What did I say? There's more educated or the smarter Jamaican them live overseas. Maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of want to call and comment on it and.
Okay. So what you have to say about that? Controversial comment.
Yeah, why I can't agree with it, right? And I stand corrected. A very few, me not see no lawyer, no doctor run cross border and come America illegally. Am I wrong or am I right?
True.
Right. And the prime minister them and all of the political people them, I would think they are highly educated and them live in Jamaica. And women growing up in Jamaica, where the most where I say the rich people them to send them kids go to university, America, or all over the world, and come back to build them country.
Yeah.
Come back to them country. So me can't agree with him, but I stand corrected. That's just that me don't want to come from. Because as a Jamaican, me not too like people like disrespect no Jamaican in a Jamaica or anywhere in the world, you know what I mean?
So if you had said there's more smarter Jamaicans in Kingston than Montego Bay, would you be upset?
Yes.
Why?
Because the numbers not going to prove that.
But don't Kingston attract more of the talent in Kingston than in Montego Bay?
Yeah, but not because the talent go there. The talent go where the money go where the money go. But the talent
So if you go to the talent go the money there, then I say the money in America.
Yeah,
I'm just saying people don't say Kranky say smarter people at foreign than Jamaica. I'm just following the path you're laying out.
Yeah, me hear him and both sides both can have good argument, but from my perspective as a inner city youth where grew up hard in Jamaica, my desire was to come to America, but all of the rich people they didn't have strong desire to leave Jamaica.
That's true. They have good life in Jamaica. No, that's not. It's not a look. There's no right or wrong answer. I don't think because we can't prove it. So you can speculate and give your perspective, but there's no right or wrong answer. Would I have made that comment? No, because it's going to be too controversial to make.
Yeah,
and I have no evidence to substantiate that perspective.
But that's a strong thing.
But that's his view. That's his view.
Yeah, that's fine. That's very offensive to say smarter Jamaican living. That's just something. I don't think a smart man should say that.
Look, I think sometimes we say what we believe and what we feel, right? But we also got to think about the implication of what we say. Right? So I'm not going to say the person is wrong. I'm also not going to say they're right because I don't know. Right. I have done a survey of saying, you know what? How would you even gauge that intellectual construct in terms of collective? Right? One could make a case that, you know what? A lot of people are going to go where the money is. And therefore, just like the US, for example, and that's global, a lot of the US seem to come up with more of the innovations that generate money than any other country. Because a lot of people will come here to go to school, for example.
Kranky, look, watch this, right? How often you meet a Swedish or a man from Norway? All right, all of the developing countries.
They don't need to migrate. The ones we're doing well don't need to migrate.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so back to my point there. Well, smart people in Jamaica most time don't migrate. The lawyer, the doctor.
No, a lot of smart people migrate. But you're saying the people who are the upper echelon who have a lot of resources, they don't need to migrate per se. Because if you're going to migrate for a compensation reason or monetary reason, and you have it, why would you migrate?
Right. So, Kranky, so this is my personal experience. Right? So me, all right, me spend most of my time in America, in the Midwest, and I'm married to an American. So we don't really, they must see Jamaican people a lot, right? I tell you this, Kranky, me go vacation in Miami with my wife and my stepdaughter, and them two white Jamaican pilots, and them couldn't believe it.
Okay.
Right. Because in a freedom opinion, where them sit on TV and the louder Jamaican, them stereotype Jamaican as that. But me tell them, no, you have Jamaican of all class, you know what I mean? So, and those two pilots live in Jamaica.
Right. No. Look, they're smart people. There's smart Jamaicans everywhere. I don't know how you come up with and I think people are just in average, right? It's a general statement. On average, he believes that a lot of people who have migrated of Jamaican descent, if you look at the total population, you'd say that more overseas. I don't know if that's the case or not.
All right. So usually migration starts at a younger age. Your parents are your grandmother filed for your mother, then you come up with your mother, right? But most time when people stay in Jamaica and get them education, I don't think them often leave. I can be wrong and I stand corrected, but I don't,
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you, sir.
Yeah, man. So respect, man. That's my 2 cents that. And
appreciate the call.
As far as the coaching thing go with whoever, Kranky, give some time and let the chips fall where they may. And
I hear you.
Make we see where I go.
All right, sir. I hear you. Bless up.
Yeah, man. Respect. Yeah, my boss.
Yeah, man. Bless up. That was double people, and neither party who called tonight about this whole where the educational level, whether it's US or UK or US or Jamaica where it resides, I don't know. I don't want to smoke, so we're going to go into that. I don't need to smoke. I don't need to smoke because everybody can be passionate about this. Jamaica does have brain drain, though. A lot of people who may be very, very smart and may not have the resources, even the ones with resources sometimes migrate. In fact, all the ones with resources, them can leave whenever they want to. It's amazing how that works. All the ones who are very rich in Jamaica, them travel as much as they want to. Say, no need to come to America, come live. Because them probably come here anytime they want. Right? But yeah, so we're not getting into we're here to talk football. We're not going to the where people reside. I think the brain thing was more about the decision making process in certain places in Jamaica and why people are concerned. And to back before I close out this program, I'll say this. I don't understand the decision, I'll be honest. Well, I shouldn't say that. I understand the decision, but the decision is not complete. I don't think you can go in as somebody's boss to be their assistant. That doesn't make any sense to anybody. The person, no matter how worldly they are, and McClaren is worldly, cannot be comfortable your boss being your assistant. What are you going to tell your boss? To go, what you going to tell Speid to do? Hey, Speid, go take the ball them and roll at the ball them. Go run this drill. Really? You, me hire you and you tell me to go run drill. I run this, I run that. Oh, that all work. Unless they're saying, look, we got to get Rudolph introduced to these players because you can take over the team. So maybe it's a succession planning is in playing of people. Because Rudolph, I work with him pro license. Both him and Tapa has done this already. Those are the two. I heard somebody said Miran Garden and Pierce maybe inline also. So maybe he's been prepped for the next run. If it's all true, this is all speculation, people. But if Maverick says it's true, then somebody like JFF tell Maverick. If this is all true, then maybe Rudolph is being prepped to take over subsequent to the World Cup. But I don't understand how the relationship will work between McClaren and Rudolph. You make it along when I work for FIFA and you work for the JFF. We make it along in some capacity when I hire you. But I don't know how it works when I'm going to work for you, but I hired you. Please explain to me how that partnership works. And also, can I ask a question? What's McClaren? You know what? I'll wait for that question. What's McClaren's view on this? JFF, give us some. Hey, JFF, we stop the JFF. I think JFF probably, so maybe JFF is smarter than us people. Because we're saying, I said earlier, JFF should be ahead of the news. Maybe they decide to throw it out there, understand the perspective of the audience, the fans, stakeholders, get feedback, and then figure out how to manage the delivery and how to publish the information. That's the only way I could see that why it takes so long to come out and make some. Look how long Ireland hired Hallgrimsson and nobody knew. And when he got rolled out, most of the people in Ireland didn't know. Most of the press didn't know. But how come not Jamaica can't stay a secret? Ratted boy. Because this has been happening. I've heard this news now for 2 weeks. So someone at JFF must get up. So we have a lot of unprofessional people in the JFF. A lot of unprofessional people. In the JFF itself. And then some of them want to control people who say something to give you some inside information sometime. And then can't control for themselves. And then only want to talk to people them who are them friend. But them friend are not for them friend as somebody else's friend. And they must be Maverick friend. And Maverick same people for the fence. I don't understand the logic, people. Yeah, I think they want to see the public's perception before they make a decision. Because why wouldn't you run ahead of the news? Why wouldn't you want to control the narrative? I don't understand. If you didn't want to control the narrative, you wouldn't let it linger out there for so long. Doesn't make any sense. Now, what's McClaren's view? What's the role of the other two assistants? How does that work? Who's no chair of the technical committee? Where's the technical committee person? Man, this is hard. This is hard. Hard, people. It's hard to decipher all of this. Yeah, no, I agree, Warren. Don't disagree with that comment. Yeah, I think this was thrown out to gauge to get all the negative news out there first, and then when it comes out, maybe that really were a strategy. So if it comes and get published, it's the negative news is out there first. They can control how they want to put it out. So Reggae Boyz Reactor always have some interesting perspective. I don't know if you know what's funny, people? I have something up to me, not like this, but I had something happen to me in my professional career, which was I quit actually. I had a situation happen to me and I quit. This is what McClaren gonna do. It wasn't exactly like this, but the analogy is there. I was like, are you out of your goddamn mind? I'm done. Give me some money. I'm out of here. And I'm so glad I decided to make that decision. I would quit. I'd quit. Now, if I fail at McClaren, I probably should quit anyway, because McClaren has been a failure. But I would quit. There's zero chance I would have stayed. Zero. I'm done. I'm out. Because if McClaren quits now, which is something they don't anticipate, that would be a interesting one. Now, some people may be happy, but it would look really bad on the JFF. Extremely bad on the JFF if McClaren was to walk away. Jamaica job going to be the worst in the market. Coaches are watching, so if it's JFF Speid plan there. Yeah, I think it's part of the plan, actually. Look, I think Rudolph said this, which is, the people in Jamaica, it's kind of funny, people. This is going to sound really bad, me saying this, but it is almost as if the people in Diaspora think a certain way and people in Jamaica think a certain way. Seriously. And maybe when you're local, because it's not just Jamaica that way. Brazil, there's some things about Brazil that's sort of similar in some way. Maybe when you're local, you want things around you to be local, right? It's probably natural human condition and perspective. But sometimes you take it to an extreme. Paper Plate asks, what's the player's view on this? I think from a player's perspective, the question is, how will the role be described? So what's his job? What's he going to be doing as the assistant? That's the question. Is he there to watch the players too? Are the players going to be comfortable? Where part of the JFL administration is around them every single day and they're going to be walking on eggshells? How does that work? I have never heard this before. Like you hear people, I have never heard of a administrator becoming, well, the whole thing with Rudolph is strange anyway, between Cavaliers and owner and sports director and then part of the JFF. That's strange anyway, in terms of how that works. And Rudolph, when you become the national coach, Rudolph, because that's where we're going, you'll give up Cavaliers, you'll give up being sporting director and coach and owner of Cavalier. How does that work? I'm confused. I am not that smart, people, so maybe that's why I'm confused. But it doesn't make sense to me. Jura said, look at my brother and see what does that what does that mean, Juras? You people, one bus driver, go and go drive your bus. Go and drive your bus. You people. No, you people, nobody. Now get me upset tonight. Nobody do you people business. You're being derogatory. You call people you people. Nobody not call you a bus driver. Go and go drive your bus. You people. Look, let's wait and see what happens, people. Let's wait and see what happens. Rudolph, you can't be head coach, Rudolph. You can't be head coach and run Cavaliers at the same time. If you think you're in bad with the technical director thing, it's not gonna work. You have to give up on them job there. I'm gonna see how you give up the Cavalier job. Can you own the team? You do like the youth from Crystal Palace now. We're not trouble when you have two teams. One a national team and local team. If you put I'm confused. Anyway, I won't belabor the program, people. It's very strange. It's very interesting. As we said before, the JFF has not confirmed the situation. I heard Ora Travis Maverick saying people over the fence, peeping Tom, and he got that information. I've heard other people on other channels talk about this for a while now. I did reach out to some people today. I got no confirmation, which I found. Let me just read what the person said to me. I not read it, but most of them said to me. They'll give me no confirmation. In fact, they don't say nothing. Then I said nothing. Me reach out to the person, then respond now professionally. What the person said. So the person said, hey, Mr. Can't say it. Person not giving up. No, that's what them say. They don't give me no information, people. Don't give me no information. Because I now go check, me start up on the phone and all that. So I look a bit late to them. You go up on the phone and I text them, I do this thing, I forget some information. Nobody not confirm nothing. And the fact they not confirm nothing, tell me there's some credence to the story. Because if me ask you a question, I ever says no, you know. No, not go answer. Not go so. None of them think the people. So my assumption is the JFF has now gotten it out of all our systems. It's been out in the marketplace for 2 weeks. They're then going to come back and say, look, here's the story. Right? And they'll provide some communication, which won't say much, by the way. It'll be general communication about the need for providing additional assistance. But I've said this before. If my coach goes to a major tournament with 2 midfielders, when that's our weak point, me I fire him. Because then me can't trust him. Can't trust him to make a good decision. Those decisions are hindsight view, people. We've been saying this before. We were saying this on YouTube. Right? And what I'm going to do is clip some of the comments we make. I told JFF, you know, get a Spanish coach. And Betty said, Mr. Some JFF. Before me go, I'll put another thing on it. What field I used to work in? Not working on field, man. People working on field like a farmer. I'm not a farmer. I'm not working on field, man. Not working on field. Let me just say this, people. But it's a good question, Fabian. I'm not diss your Fabian. I think somebody diss you, but I don't want to talk about that now. I lost my train of thought, you know. I have a train of thought. Let me just say this, people, which is JFF, y'all make World Cup. Despite, people remember World Cup despite the coach? But I was thinking about the wrong coach. So should I say despite the coaches? Because I don't know what Trevor Sinclair do. I don't know what Trevor Sinclair is a good thing in my interview. Because me ask somebody who know Trevor Sinclair, say me want to interview him on program. Man diss me, say no know me. And which man want to interview him no know me? Like me have some piece of trash or something. So me vex. Man, me get them feeling. Me say, I saw him say. I say, all right. Apparently, you know him do either. Make him coach guy work a tournament with 2 midfielder. So he might waste the time. Waste, man. Anyway, he may have said it because him diss me. So we have Trevor Sinclair, we don't know him do. Moran Garden pick local players, we know him do. And Rudolph Speid go in, can manage the team. So the coach is going to be an overseer. We don't know what the coach will do. Lord have mercy upon we. And even with all of that, all the things were going and we still make World Cup, people. Still make World Cup. Because at the end of the day, it's about the players. I think coaching, in some instances, especially in international football, is overrated. That's my view. Overrated. You need to have people who can make good decisions. You know, people who are organized. The most important thing is to pick pick a good enough squad, pick good enough players, pick a good starting team, a balanced team, be able to adapt during game. I said this from people. Me clip them, me call out about 10 different things over the last year or so since McClaren come on board. And I put them out. Because they need, I collate them. I come up with a list of them and put them out. I go back to my thing we talk about McClaren and the coaching and JFF and just put them all together and run a show, just play them. Because we know them all come to. Upon them, me get wrong, it's Rudolph won the coaching national team because I thought Rudolph had, may go say more ambitious, but I don't want to use that word there. I thought he had other aspirations and other goals, right? I thought he wanted to bring Jamaica football forward by trying to get involved with CONCACAF and make some decision there and get involved with FIFA so the region can do better and the 30-something teams in the Caribbean can have more influence in CONCACAF. And I thought he could be one of the people like the youth from Grenada who would try to do that. But I was wrong on that. I'll admit I was wrong. But apart from that, most of the things that I've called out are coming to fruition as I expect them that they would. Now, the fact that Rudolph is going to be the assistant coach. So is that a demotion? Is that the demotion, people? If you go from a head of technical committee to be the assistant coach, not the coach, the assistant coach, not even manager, me not understand that now. Did you get demoted, but it's a promotion? We live in people. I've been living in a Trump world now for the last 6 months. I know it's an alternative universe. The world like go backwards in the people. Backwards. Anyway, I'm going to close the program. A couple of things before I go. One is, I'm going to do a program. So you're gonna get myself in that trouble, you know. I'm gonna do a show in the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna do one on immigration. I have a lawyer line up. I hope she decides to come on to talk about immigration. So if you know anybody who want to hear things about immigration, the new rules, situation, bring her in. Come talk about immigration, current environment, what's happening, and that should be a good conversation. I'm dropping my website next week, so I'm gonna come up with the name of the website and drop it next week, so you can subscribe to it and read my articles on the website. Should be good. That's 2. So live next week 2, and then I'm gonna have a program. I'm trying to find pastor, because the title of my program is what might get so much beaten. Does Jesus exist? Is there such thing as is Jesus really a reality or something made up? So I'm gonna talk about them things because some topics just are controversial, and I love that. So those are the 3 things that are coming up. And I may do some programs for the rest of the week, but I may do a Rudolph Speed program every day for the rest of the month. Because you can't, people. I was saying this to somebody today that news slow enough. The news is slow, people. And we got a gift. Because as Rudolph will tell me, and then we talk about him, the views, them go up and that's true. But boy, you can't ask a better gift than this. Rudolph gave us a gift. The gift is that he may become, as it appears to be, the assistant coach. No. The coach, no. The mat, no. Damn, I'm struggling. He's going to become something for the Reggae Boyz. More in our role for the Reggae Boyz. A more involved role. He's going to be in a more involved role. And as such, we're going to have material. Material slow enough. Because I don't just like talk about Reggae Boy football. People can talk Reggae Boy football 24/7. Material is slow, but even though it's slow, at this point in time, we do have the situation where Rudolph we're going to become the Reggae Boyz coach. So I think this is going to be a great thing to have material for the next thing slow. And just warm it up. Hey, Rudolph, thank you, sir. We appreciate you helping us out with materials because it was getting slower. At least Reggae Boy material. I remember doing much other things. So I'm not focused on the Reggae Boy thing. But it's a good thing that you decided, Rudolph, to do what you did because now we're in a good place with new material. All right, people. So, people, I am going to close down the show. Before you go, I'm trying to find my outer song. I can't find it. Before you go, always drama. Warren, we love drama, man. We love drama. People, we love drama, people. You can't live life without drama now. We live in America. Well, those of you who live in America, it's one drama after the next. And Jamaica is just right behind. Not far at all. So we love this. We love this. I'm trying to find something here and I can't find it. Too bad. Way, way too bad. I'm trying to find it. I cannot find it. I cannot find it. That's not it. Anyway. Can't find the song I want to go out of it. But anyway. Everyone, thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. Please hit the like button before you leave. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And go subscribe to my Balanced View channel also. Balanced Views. BALANCED and VIEWS. I'm going to do more of my more social commentary on that channel. Even though I did a sports program the other day. Reggae Boyz. I'm trying to figure out Reggae Boyz reactor is, Can't figure him out. Sometimes he's in the on Speid side. Sometimes I feel he's on somebody's side. I don't know which side in the pan. I have no one. I thought he was Speid disciple, and then all of a sudden he isn't anymore. I have no idea what side he's on. Reggae Boy, you have to make up your mind, Can't tell which side they're on. Can't tell at all. He's the guy I banned. I don't think so. Football Guru. I thought it was Football Guru, but I don't think so. He's more positive now. Something has changed. I don't know what it is. Could be, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. But anyway, people, have a good evening. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I'm not even gonna go out with a. Trying to see if I should go out with a outer. You know what? I go with my Kranky live thing. I go with that old thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the old thing. Conrad says, is he going to World Cup assistant coach for Jamaica? What, he can resign after? No, I don't think I McClaren is gone. The day we get eliminated from World Cup, McClaren is gone the next day. Right? Reggae Boyz says, you don't understand teams. If Speid is around players who don't want him around, there would be a problem. I don't think Speid is about. Speid does not have a lot of interaction with players. People got to remember that. Speid has been sparring us. Speid stay away from all of this for years, right? You don't hear Speid on players. You may hear. And when I went to a couple of times, I went to where the Reggae Boyz are. Speid was never there. The president was there. The Gensec was there. Speid is never there. First time I've ever seen Speid with the team is when he was in London. And this is what come out of it. So, yeah. I thought so too, Amen Ray. I am shocked. I am flabbergasted. I thought so too, but hey, you never know. I think it's a desperate move by the JFF to say, this man is going to spoil our World Cup chance. He's a walking disaster. We have to take it back. That's what I get from all of this. Kranky Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Kranky Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed. But all right, we're not done yet. We're trying to do ultra in our work. What the hell happened? I think I lost. Oh. All right, people. We're out, people. We're not playing any ultra. We're just closing the program. Have a wonderful evening. I appreciate you. Hit the like button before you leave, and peace out. Now play the ultra again. Me change my mind. Later. Kranky Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Kranky Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Kranky Life, tell them. Kranky Life, heed them. Kranky Life, want them. Kranky Life. From the coast to the field, we'll never lose because Kranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Kranky Life, tell them. Kranky Life, heed them. Kranky Life, want them. Kranky Life. Kranky Life, where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Kranky Life, get to know the name because Kranky analysis is never lame. Kranky Life, give me my Kranky Life. I want my Kranky Life. Must have my Kranky Life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Kranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Kranky Life. Tell them, Kranky Life. Heed them, Kranky Life. Want them, Kranky Life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Kranky Life. Tune into Kranky Life. Like up Kranky Life. Subscribe to Kranky Life. Kranky Life coming to you on weekdays. Kranky Life sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Kranky will always bring the heat. Kranky Life. Me say fi tell them Kranky Life. Me say fi heed them Kranky Life. On them Kranky Life. Kranky Life will be around. Kranky Life is the best in town. Me say fi eat them, me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky life. Cranky life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky life. Cranky life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky life. Cranky life. Cranky. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed, want, heed them.